Field and Stevens Point this evening. A reminder, by the way, we do have NFL football for you on Sunday here on AM 1450 WDLB. It's a doubleheader featuring New England and New Orleans, followed by Miami and the Los Angeles Chargers. Coverage begins Sunday at 11:30 right here on AM 1450 WDLB. We'll come back with more of our pregame report from Gerke Field and Stevens Point following these messages.
A tip from RE/MAX American Dream Realty in Marshfield.
Staging can make an enormous difference when trying to sell your home, but that doesn't mean that you have to spend money on professional home stagers. Instead, follow these tips from the experts on the best way to style your home to sell. Sight. Use flattering light to brighten your home. Smell. Create a pleasant scent throughout the house, either with candles or diffusers. Touch. Add textures throughout the home, which can entice people to your home.
This tip from RE/MAX American Dream Realty in Marshfield.
When times are good in agriculture, everyone claims to be an ag bank. At Citizen State Bank of Loyal, we are an ag bank for all times, dedicated to the long-term financial success of our farmers. That commitment to agriculture has been our way of life for 105 years. Why we are involved in a number of farm organizations, why we have expanded our ag staff, and why we will be here for this generation and the generations on your family's farm. Citizen State Bank of Loyal, Granton, Neilsville, Spencer, and Marshfield. We finance Wisconsin's agriculture.
What one person do you trust most? Your spouse? Your minister? Your doctor?
How about the guy that fixes my car?
Your auto mechanic?
Yeah, Scott and the guys at Jim's Auto in Marshfield. They look things over and tell me what's wrong, both serious and not so serious, so I know what needs fixing now and what can wait a bit. I get an honest, competitive estimate. And when I decide what to do, well, they stand behind their work, too. Real professionals. Jim's Auto in Marshfield, 710 East Depot Street, just off Peach, north of the tracks. If you can't trust your auto mechanic, who can you trust? Business insurance. If you own a business, you need coverage. Talk to the experts at Schwartz Insurance. Over 90 years experience and 3 generations of family ownership. Let Schwartz manage your business insurance program. Schwartz Insurance. Be sure. Check out Schwartz at BeSureOnline.com. That's BeSureOnline.com. Call 387-1130. Schwartz Insurance. Be sure.
Our coverage of Marshfield Tiger football continues now on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB-WOSQ.com. The football standings in the VFA West Division heading into action tonight. Wisconsin Rapids in first place at 2-2. Marshfield is 1-2. Wausau West and DC Everest 1-3. Stevens Point 0-3. In the VFA North, Kimberly is 4-0. Appleton North and Appleton West are 3-1. Appleton East 2-2. Kaukauna 1-2. In the VFA South, Neenah is at 3-1. Fond du Lac and Oshkosh West are 2-1. Hortonville 2-2. Oshkosh North 0-3. The other football games in the VFA this evening: Wausau West is at DC Everest, Kaukauna at Oshkosh West, Fond du Lac at Hortonville, Oshkosh North at Neenah, Appleton East is at Appleton North, Kimberly is at Appleton West, and Wisconsin Rapids plays a non-conference game tonight at Wausau East. That ball game tonight at Tom Field in Wausau. Marshfield and Stevens Point meeting this evening, renewing their ancient rivalry in high school football. This is the 107th meeting between these two schools, dating back to 1909. Stevens Point has the edge in this series. Spash has won 63 times. Marshfield has won 34, and there have been 9 ties as well. Point won a year ago, 42-0. In fact, Point has won this matchup each of the last 3 years. Marshfield won the previous 3. The Tigers coming in 2013 by a score of 31-10. Stevens Point coached by Pete McAdams, now in his 17th season as head football coach at Stevens Point. His record 131 wins and 57 losses. Marshfield Tigers coached by Denny Gadel, now in his 8th season. His record 43 wins and 33 losses. Marshfield and Stevens Point renewing their football rivalry tonight. Glad to have you with us for our coverage of this ball game right here on AM 1450 W. A service of the Baltus Bread and Butter Shops in Marshfield. Remember, when you gas up at the Tiger or Don's Pride Pumps on North Central Avenue next to Walgreens, 2 cents per gallon is given to that school system. That's at the Baltus Bread and Butter Shop on North Central Avenue next to Walgreens in Marshfield. Now please stay with us. Marshfield Tiger football is up next on AM 1450 WDLB.
Business insurance. If you own a business, you need coverage. Talk to the experts at Schwartz Insurance. Over 90 years experience and 3 generations of family ownership. Let Schwartz manage your business insurance program. Schwartz Insurance. Be sure. Check out Schwartz at BeSureOnline.com. That's BeSureOnline.com. Or call 387-1130. Schwartz Insurance. Be sure. Buying a home can make you feel like a mouse in an endless maze. Wrong turn here, wrong turn there. At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, they want to guide you through every turn to help you find the cheese.
This is Todd Schultz with Fairway. We want to be your financial expert for life. We work with FHA, VA, WIDA, rural development, and conventional loans. We'll review all your options. You get more home loan solutions at Fairway of Marshfield.
Call them today at 384-7878. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS 2289, is an equal housing lender. Todd Schultz, NMLS number 642092.
Let's play Complete the Name game. When I say River Edge, you say... That's right, golf.
But River Edge Golf Course isn't just your fun spot for golf. You should also think of them the next time you need a place to eat on Friday night. The River Edge Friday Night Buffet is simply fabulous. Check out the weekly menu at riveredgegolfcourse.com. They'd also like to host your wedding or next special event. Call banquet manager Jill Holm for available dates. River Edge Golf Course and Banquet, 715-676-3900.
Welcome back to Gerke Field and Stevens Point. It's football action tonight on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB, WOSQ.com. The Marshfield Tigers and Stevens playing their football rivalry this evening. And with Dale Yukaitis, I'm Gene Delisio. Happy to have you with us here at Gerke Field. Big crowd is on hand to watch this ball game between these two great rivals, Marshfield and Stevens Point. Certainly teams that in terms of won-loss records are kind of opposite here. Stevens Point at 1-3, but as we mentioned, a real tough schedule at the outset. Neenah, Hudson, Kimberly, and Appleton North. Marshfield improving to 2-2 last week with a solid 27-14 win at home against Kaukauna. Dale Yukaitis with us once again this week. Dale, good to see the Tigers play so well against Kaukauna a week ago, a team that they matched up with very well. A team that perhaps they were favored to defeat, and certainly they came out, played very well from the outset last week.
I think one of the best things, Gene, was to see, as you mentioned and talked to Coach Gadel about as far as your pregame interview, was to see the improvement of the offensive and defensive lines, but especially the offensive line. There were many times where you could see the jerseys from Marshfield shoving the jerseys from Kaukauna a yard or two back off the line of scrimmage, and that made for a much better situation for the Tigers. Got a little offense going and played some decent defense throughout that ball game. Also, for a change, they've on the other end of some tough luck plays and some big plays in the early part of the season, but they had 2 passes that were tipped in the end zone that fell in the Tigers' hands, and that's part of the big story, I think, in that ball game.
Yeah, 2 touchdown passes last week. One to Duncan Swanson, the other one to Colin Fravert, both of which were tipped by the opposition, but went for Tiger scores, and so that was certainly good to see from the Tiger standpoint as well.
I'm making it sound like they were lucky. That's not the case. They put themselves in the position to make those plays. That's one of the things you have to consider when you say someone was lucky on a play. Well, we had people like Colin Fravert hustle over to be in position to catch a tip ball, and the other receiver, Swenson, did a real nice job also of going up and jumping appropriately for the ball. So they put themselves in position to be quote unquote lucky.
Marshfield and Stevens Point tonight. VFA football here at Gerke Field in Stevens Point. Large crowd on hand to take in this ball game this evening, and we had to have you with us tonight for VFA football here on AM 1450 WDLB. The sun going down in the west, so we have kind of a twilight situation here at Gerke Field as we get set for this renewal. Marshfield and Stevens Point meeting for the 107th time of this series, dating back to 1909. Stevens Point has also won this matchup each of the last 3 years, and they're kind of in a desperate spot here, Dale, at 1-3 overall and 0-3 in the VFA. And now, admittedly, they've played some very tough teams, but really can't afford too many more losses if they want to make it to postseason play.
Well, we know Marshfield's going to be facing one of the toughest running backs in the state, certainly if Central Wisconsin with Koshetsky. And I guess we've got our national anthem coming up.
Yes, we do. The national anthem coming up next. Some young ladies from Stevens Point will be singing the national anthem for us this evening.
Will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. With tonight's activities, we hope to raise awareness.
This is the Blackout Against Cancer night as well, so the public address announcer making some comments about the night taking place here this evening also.
Only if we come together as one team will we have a fighting chance. Please hold up your eyes, stand up, 4 cards above your heads as we take a moment of silence to remember loved ones lost and loved ones still fighting this devastating disease. At this time, please remain standing and remove your headwear as we celebrate those who have and continue to defend our freedom with the singing of our national anthem by Ms. Natalie Kang and Ms. Rachel Wadena, both SMASH students.
Couple of young ladies from Stevens Point High School singing our national anthem. You are listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer is our producer this evening. With Dale Yukaitis, I'm Gene DeLacio at Gerke Field in Stevens Point as Marshfield faces Stevens Point in VFA football this evening.
Pretty touching opening to this ball game, Gene. This Blackout for Cancer night. The Marshfield fans and SMASH fans are kind of united in unison in that cause tonight. Fans wearing black T-shirts in this blackout event. And I don't know if you could hear the public address announcer or not, but just before the national anthem, people who had lost a loved one to cancer were asked to hold up a sign with that person's name. And there were signs all over the place. Pretty emotional moment here as you look down and see all of those signs that were being held up. People affected and ultimately by cancer.
Very touching scene as we begin play tonight. Both ball clubs now charging onto the field to get set for football this evening. Stevens Point won the toss and elected to defer, and so Marshfield will have the football to begin play tonight. Marshfield and Stevens Point, VFA football this evening here at Krieger Field. Twilight time here in central Wisconsin as we play football tonight. As we mentioned, Stevens Point in a real rough spot right now at just 0-3 in VFA play. Marshfield Tigers 1-2, and you'll need at least 4 wins to be considered for a postseason playoff spot. So the Tigers certainly are still in the running for postseason play. 1-2 in conference play. Remember the Oshkosh West game, which Marshfield won in week 1, was a non-conference game, so that will not count towards a playoff position. But the Tigers feel that the competition is such that they can win a few more ball games this year and make it back to postseason play.
Well, you could say just about, before any kind of football game or any kind of contest, tonight's a big game for both teams. Well, it really is tonight, because this will tell Marshfield how they can do possibly potentially the rest of the way. They've got some tough teams coming up, and a lot of those from the former Wisconsin Valley. Rapids, which has a nice team this year. They play DC Everest. Fond du Lac is on the schedule, and Point tonight. So we'll see how this goes.
Brandon Bowman and Neil Ott back in deep safety for the Tigers. Cole Wright kicking off for Stevens Point from left to right or south to north. Here's the kick, a line drive down the middle, fielded by a Tiger upman around the 25-yard line. That's Tyson out to about the 30 and stop right there. So the Tigers put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Tigers quarterback by Ryan Krieger, who this year is 46 of 87, 53%, 546 yards, 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He has thrown for more than 100 yards in all 4 Tiger games this year, including 116 and 3 touchdowns against Kaukauna a week ago. Tigers come out with Krieger in the pistol. Andy Gadel and Brandon Bowman next to him. Isaac Miverden and Mitch Wilhelm, the wideouts on either side. 1st and 10 Tigers. Ball marked back at the 29-yard line. Krieger takes the pistol. Back to pass, pump fake, starts to run straight ahead, gets to the 30, sidesteps a tackler, and dives to the 32-yard line.
Krieger pulling the ball down because he didn't see anybody open in the secondary. Good coverage by Spash, but a positive play for the Tigers, about a 3-yard gain. And
remember, Krieger ran for 100 yards a week ago. 2nd and 7 Tigers at their own 32. Wilhelm to the far side. Gadel lines up as a wing on the near side. Byro, the fullback, next to him. Bowman goes out on the far side as well. 2nd and 7 from the 32. Gadel goes in motion and gets a pitch heading to the far sideline. Turns the corner at the 35-yard line, up the sideline to about the 38, near the first down marker. Now, he may have stepped out, though, back at the 30. The officials mark him out there after a gain of about 3. In fact, he may mark him back to the 34. He ran to the 38, but apparently stepped out just shy of the 35, so Andy actually gains 3 on that play. 3rd and 4 Tigers at their own 35-yard line. Gadel, Bowman, and Miverden all to the near side. Wilhelm flanked on the far side. 3 down linemen for Stevens Point. Krieger wants to pass the football, looks to the near side, caught by Bowman at the 40, stopped right there, but he'll have the first down for Marshfield. Quick pitch to Brandon Bowman, makes the catch for a 5-yard gain. Brandon's 15th catch this year. And the Tigers have a first down at their own 40-yard line. Play just underway here at Krieger Field. No score. This is the first possession of the ball game.
Good route by Bowman, running down and getting about 6 yards, then coming back to the football and driving the defender off of him. Good throw by Krieger, a little high. Bowman with a nice catch.
1st and 10 Tigers just across their own 40-yard line. Krieger hands off to Gadel, but he gets stopped in the backfield.
Wow.
He'll be dropped back at the 38. He'll lose about 2 yards on the play. Good penetration by the Spash defense, and Gadel loses 2.
Yeah, Spash came across with about 5 people that were across the line. I'm not sure if that was somewhat of a busted play, and Gadel, realizing that they were in trouble, just kept the football, but not much blocking there that time by the Tigers.
2nd and 12 Tigers at their own 38. Boy, we're seeing more of those 3-man fronts these days. Kaukauna did something similar last week.
Yep.
Double slot here. Now Bowman comes in motion, gets an inside handoff, but not much running room. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Bowman, the line for no gain, brings up a 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Whether you call it a 3-5 or a 5-3, or, you know, it depends upon what they have their defensive ends do. If they're outside linebackers, then it's a 3-man front. Right now, the last play, both of those linebackers were on the line of scrimmage. With 3 linebackers, a tough 8-man front for the Tigers to try to run against on that last play.
Yeah, Denny this week called it a 3-5-3.
Sure, yep.
Now Tigers may have to throw here. 3rd and about 13 for the Tigers at their own 38. Double slot here. Krieger back on the pistol, takes a low snap, fades the pass, being rushed heavily, has no place to go. A flag goes down. Now Ryan runs across the 40 to the 45 to midfield into Spash territory and stops at the 46-yard line of Spash, where there's another flag down. Now Ryan Krieger, who scrambled for that 65-yard touchdown run against Kaukauna a week ago, scrambles for a first down here, but there are 2 penalties on the play.
I'm guessing it's going to be holding on Marshfield. It kind of looked to me like the Spash players, when they saw that flag come in, they let up on the play, and Krieger was able to escape, and there was another play, another flag downfield, but I'm sure Spash will take the one that will force the Tigers back on a holding call.
Well, apparently the second one is on Marshfield also.
Yeah.
That one in the offensive, in the defensive secondary. On the penalty, the ball goes back to the 26-yard line. And Marshfield has to get to the Spash 49 for a first down. So it's 3rd and 25 Marshfield at their own 26. Krieger to the sidelines. Gets a few comments there from the coaching staff. See what the Tigers choose to do on 3rd and 25.
Marshfield had a couple plays last week where it took them an awful long time to get plays in. In fact, there was a delay of game penalty or 2.
Yep.
Once again, looking around at each other here.
Double wing formation. The officials step in. And one official is bent over the football. And I think he's asking Connor sidelines. Perhaps an equipment issue. And the Tigers rush Brody Anderson in there to play on the offensive line. I think Ethan Art may go to center on this play. 3rd and 25 Tigers at their own 26. Krieger from the pistol, back to pass. Pump fakes, rolls to the far sideline. He's contained and going to get pulled down way back at the 15-yard line. A loss of 11 more. First quarterback sack as Jack Kelly gets there from his defensive end spot. And Krieger down back at the 16, loses 10.
Again, Spash players immediately across the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if that was supposed to turn into a screenplay, but even if it was, you've at least got to block for a count or 2 before you release your man. Spash overwhelming the Tigers so far at the line of scrimmage.
4th and 35, a punt by Krieger. A high kick, not real deep. Bounces at the 45, bounces to midfield and inside Spash territory, and finally rolls dead at the Spash 45-yard line.
Jeez, one of the Tiger players, one of the Ott boys out there, was just drilled in the back as that ball was bouncing. He was drilled in the back by a Spash player. But I don't know. I guess it's play on.
So 1st and 10 Spash at their own 45, 7:55 left. First quarter, no score. Stevens Point with their first possession. Spash quarterbacked by senior Brady Woyak. Dangerous man in the backfield. Senior Colton Kashevsky. He's rushed for 465 yards in 3 ball games. On first down, Kashevsky straight ahead for about 1. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Takes a big hit there from Travis Altman. And maybe 1 yard on the play.
Steins also in the finish off the play.
Kashevsky, a dangerous man. In 3 games, he's rushed for 465 yards and 6 touchdowns, including 2 11-3 scores against Hudson in week 2. He did not play in Spash's opener.
6'2", 192, and very fast.
Wide outs on both sides. 2nd and 9. Spash at their own 46. Woyak in the pistol, gives to Kashevsky again. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage by Howlett and dropped right there. John Howlett wouldn't let go, and Kashevsky dropped on a one-on-one tackle for no gain. Well done by Howlett on that play. Stevens Point, not a team that likes to throw the ball very much, and so you want them in throwing situations. They're averaging about 74 yards of passing offense per game. And now they may have to throw. It's 3rd and 9 for Spash at their own 46-yard line. Woyak last week threw for 83 yards and a touchdown against Appleton North. He'll send Dane Hoyard wide to the far side. 2 men in the back, Krzyzewski. And near side, here comes Woyak. Looks at the near sideline. A flag is down. Woyak up the sideline for a big gain and finally out of bounds at the Marshfield 30. But that play may come back. Penalty at the line of scrimmage.
Got to be a holding call. One of the offensive linemen tackled a defensive player from Marshfield about 3 yards in the backfield as they tried to get out around the corner, and it was a takedown.
And it is a holding call against Stevens Point, so that long run by the quarterback Woyak will come back. A mark it from the 45. Brings the ball back to the 35-yard line, so costly penalties by both ball clubs on their first possessions. It's going to be 3rd and 21 for Spash at their own 35-yard line. Brady Woyak back on the field. Spash has used 3 different men at quarterback this season. Mason King coming to the near side. Wide out far side as well. Krzyzewski in the backfield next to Woyak. Woyak drops back to pass, looking deep to the near sideline. Throws on the run. The ball is caught at the 45 and then knocked down. Great job by Nolan Hurdle. King went up, had the ball in his hands at the Marshfield 45, but as he was extended himself, Nolan Hurdle hit him from behind, knocked that ball loose for an incomplete pass.
Neil Ott right there on the play as well over the top.
So it looks like a punting call for Stevens Point. 4th and 21 Spash at their own 35. Brandon Bowman back in deep safety. The punter is Seth Tosseth, averaging 36 yards per kick. Combination offensive lineman and punter.
Bowman needs to back up some.
Waiting for the snap. High snap, Tosseth pulls it in, rushes on. It's a short kick. End over. It calls for a fair catch and grabs it on his own 39-yard line. Marshfield football on their own 39, 6:17 remaining in the first quarter. No score. We'll have more details on this ball game and other Central Wisconsin contests of tonight on our On Sports program tomorrow at 10 a.m. right here on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB-WOSQ.com.
A high punt for Spash, but it only went for 26 yards, an end-over-ender with a backward spin, the kind of spin you see that you walk down near the goal line on one of those wedge shot types of plays where you want to stop the ball dead.
1st and 10 Tigers at their own 39, Marshfield second possession. Ryan Krieger back in the pistol, double wing. Gadel goes in motion. Pitch play to Andy, heading to the far sideline. Tries to turn the corner, comes back upfield for about 1, then stop there. Why that defensive end, Jack Kelly, really stringing that spiral, could not get out there to get him off the play, and so finally Gadel cut up, but right in the face of several Spash defenders, and Gadel gains about 1.5 on the play.
Players on a sweep have a tendency, blockers, to get out around the corner and look downfield, and sometimes they have to look inside to see where the pursuit's coming from, and they ran by some Spash people that time.
2nd and 9 Tigers from the 40-yard line. Inside handoff to Bowman, hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
Wow.
As soon as he got the ball, he was hit by Parker DeRue at the 37-yard line. That play loses 3.
Came right through the left A gap, which would be the gap between guard and center.
So nothing there for Stevens Point. By the way, Spash this year has 2 defensive touchdowns, a fumble return by DeRue and an interception return by Lee Goman. So their defense pretty advantageous. And now a 3rd and 12 for the Tigers at their own 37. Wilhelm and Meverden, the wideouts on either side. Double slot here on 3rd and 12. Krieger back to pass. Steps up, he gets hit and taken down. He threw the ball to the far sideline as he was going down. The officials will give him a break there and call that incomplete because Gadel was out there along the far sideline. Otherwise, that was a quarterback sack coming from linebacker Alec Burkhart. Incomplete pass, 3 and out for the Tigers. 4th and 12 at their own 37. Ryan Krieger on to punt the ball back to Stevens Point.
As well as the line played last week, they're going to have to get off the bus and kind of kick it in gear here.
Dane Hoyard back in single safety. Good snap to Krieger. And his kick is away, end over end down the near sideline. And a good bounce out of bounds inside the 30, about the 29-yard line.
One of the keys to the win last week for the Tigers was Krieger's punting. Did a real nice job. He's averaging almost 38 yards a punt on the season, 37 plus.
And that's been a big help for the Tigers this year.
And they've been high, no return.
Spash football back at their own 29, 4:50 remaining in the first quarter. No score here at Gerke Field and Stevens Point. I want to remind you, by the way, the Stratford Tiger football team will not play tomorrow. Their scheduled game with Peshtigo at Tiger Stadium in Stratford has been canceled, so don't make plans to go up there. Peshtigo bailing out because of lack of numbers, so no Stratford Tiger football at Tiger Stadium tomorrow. 1st and 10, Stevens Point. Kashevsky straight ahead, spins away from Schreiner and carries across the 30 to the 33. Drop there by Bentley, Schwannebeck, Osterman, and I believe John Howlett as well. Kashevsky to the 33, gains 4 on that play. 2nd and 6, Stevens Point at their own 33-yard line. Spash's second possession of the day. Nolan Metz going out to the far side. Joined out there by Hoyard. Kashevsky in the backfield next to Woyak on 2nd and 6. Woyak takes the snap, throws far sideline, a low throw, but grabbed by a receiver over there. That's Hoyard, who carries across the 35, and John Drew knocks him down around the 38-yard line, a yard or two shy of the first down marker.
Nolan Hurdle also there. They double-teamed on that tackle. Good open field tackling.
Gain of 5 on that pass play to Hoyard, his 3rd catch of the year. 3rd and 1 for Stevens Point at their own 38-yard line. Tiger defense looking for a stand right here. Hoyard out wide to the near side. King wide on the far side. Woyak back in the pistol. Takes the snap. It's Kashevsky straight ahead for the first down and more as he stumbles across the 40 to the 43. Kashevsky for 5 on that play and a first down for Stevens Point at their own 43-yard line.
I think that's the first down for Stevens Point.
I believe you're correct. We have 3.5 remaining in the opening quarter. And Marshfield and Stevens Point are scoreless here at Gerke Field. Brady Woyak checking with the Spash coaching staff after every play. Now back on the field. Hoyard to the near side, Metz wide far side. Hoyard and Kashevsky in the backfield. High snap. The ball comes to Kashevsky. Cuts back to the inside. Gets away from a couple of Tiger tacklers. And then finally knocked down at the 46-yard line. Taken down there by a couple of Tigers. First man on that play was Justin Stanek. Several Tigers, I believe Schreiner and Schwannebeck Osterman had a shot to Kashevsky in the backfield, but he spun away, gained 3 on the play.
Play got off to a slow start because the snap was high and hit the quarterback in the face mask, and he bobbled it, and at the last second kind of stuck it in Kashevsky's face, so that play started slow.
2nd and 7 from the 46. Far side again to Hoyard. He gets hit. A great defensive play by Nolan Hurdle, who was being blocked by Metz, but still made the tackle on Hoyard for a 1-yard gain. A superb play right there by Nolan Hurdle.
Not going to see it done any better on one of those little bubble screens to the outside, and Hurdle coming up immediately, fending off a blocker, went right through him, although it wasn't the hardest hit that you'll see on the night. I'm going to add that to my list for collision of the game tonight. That was an excellent play.
It certainly was a great defensive play there by Nolan Hurdle. And now a 3rd and 6 for Stevens Point at their own 47-yard line. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Hoyard and Metz both to the far side. Woyak looks to throw. Gets hit as he throws it far sideline, incomplete, almost intercepted, but a big pass rush by the Tigers. Alex Steins, I believe, right there, hit Woyak as he threw. The ball floated free into the secondary, near no one really, and the Tigers not able to get there for the pass interception. But a big play there by the Tiger defense and creates a 4th down situation for Stevens Point. 4th and 6, Spash at their own 47. This could be fake punt territory here near midfield. Tosseth back to kick the ball to Bowman, who's lined up inside his 25. Good snap back to Tosseth. He does kick it away, a better kick this time, and Bowman all the way back to his own 13-yard line. And he slips right there, goes down. Tried to cut back to the near sideline, but slipped, goes down back to the 13. So the Tigers take over deep in their own territory with 1:39 remaining in the first quarter. And there is no score. Our block of the game this evening, a service of Sternweiss & Sons and their block division at 400 East Arnold Street in Marshfield.
45-yard punt and no return virtually.
Good kick there by Tosseth. Tiger offense coming back on the field. Marshfield's third possession of the night. Defenses have been pretty strong in this one so far tonight. Tigers really taking their time getting out there. Now back on the field. Ryan Krieger at quarterback. Mevert into the near side. Wilhelm far side. Gadel and Bowman the wings on 1st and 10 from the 13. Bowman in motion. And hand off to Byro, but not much there. He'll be stopped back at the 12. Isaiah loses a yard on that play.
3 offensive linemen for the Tigers on the ground on their hands and knees. Got run over at the line of scrimmage. So I don't know if it's the speed and quickness, because we've seen bigger Stevens Point teams in the past, but this one pretty quick apparently.
2nd and 11 Tigers at their. Krieger sets up in the pistol once again. Bowman comes in motion, and somebody stepped across the line of scrimmage. Stevens Point man in the neutral zone, and they're backing up. So this could be against Spash. Looks like that will be the call. And the ball comes out to the 17-yard line. It is now 2nd and 6. Clock winding down, 60 seconds remaining in the period. 2nd and 6 Tigers at their own 17. Meverton near side, Wilhelm far side. Krieger sets down the line on 2nd and 6. Fades to pass, looking across the middle, knocked away, incomplete, almost a pass interception there for Owen Ahrens, a linebacker cut in front of Gadel at the 20-yard line, had his hands on the football, but couldn't corral it.
Yeah, it was around his knees. Good thing that ball was thrown with a nose trajectory so that really couldn't get his hands on it. That could have been a pick 6.
Now a 3rd and 6 for the Tigers at their own 17-yard line. Krieger sets up again, fades to pass, now starts to run the quarterback draw across the 20, to the 25, the 28, and pulled down there by Ahrens, but Ryan runs for the first down. Nice run by Ryan Krieger, gains 10, maybe 11 yards on the play, and a Tiger first down at their own 28-yard line.
That's a Tiger first down.
Final minute, first quarter, no score. Tiger football on their own 28. Denny Gadel likes those running quarterbacks. Double wing here, or double slot rather, on 1st and 10. Bowman comes in motion, gets the handoff, but gets hit in the backfield again and spun down again by Parker DeRue. Another loss. Boy, the Stevens Point defensive line has been playing in the Marshfield backfield. Now they're going to mark the ball back at the 32.
Well, they're doing something a little to what we saw a couple teams do, Hortonville in particular, where they've got their outside linebackers up on the line of scrimmage as ends. We got a quarter here.
That's the end of the first quarter here at Gerke Field and Stevens Point. Our score is Marshfield 0 and Stevens Point 0. We'll come back with second quarter action in just a moment.
This time of year, the roads aren't exactly your truck's friend. So when your truck parts start to fall apart, come to V&H for what you need. At V&H, our parts department is your one-stop shop for all things heavy truck. We've got a large inventory of all makes truck parts from more than 300 sources that helps you drive away in confidence. So come on in and see our parts department today. V&H, the driving force in heavy trucks and equipment.
At 1505 South Central Avenue, Marshfield, or vhtrucks.com.
The Marshfield Tiger Booster Club congratulates former Tiger golfer Derek Mikulski on starting his college golf at the University of Sioux Falls. Derek tied for 6th place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference golf standings in the spring of 2017, helping Marshfield finish 3rd in the overall conference standings. Congratulations to University of Sioux Falls golfer Derek Mikulski of Marshfield from the Marshfield Tiger Booster Club. No score here at Gerke Field and Stevens Point as we start the second quarter. Marshfield and Stevens Point in VFA football tonight. Marshfield has a 2nd and 6 at their own 32-yard line. Ryan Krieger at quarterback. Meverden and Wilhelm the wideouts. Now Bowman comes out flanked to the near side. Byrell the fullback next to Krieger.
Officials having a conversation over here along the sidelines in front of the Spash bench. Not talking to any Spash coaches, just talking to themselves. Now it looks like they're set to go.
All right, 2nd and 6. Krieger back in the pistol. Bowman goes in motion. Inside handoff to Gadel. He's hit in the backfield, dropped for a loss. Good reaction there by Tristan Aldrich of Stevens Point. They ran the counter play, and Aldrich staying home, and Gadel back down at the 29-yard line, loses 3.
Another missed block, that time on the key player. The man on the outside that is going to turn that play in actually slipped the tackler, or the blocker, and came in for the tackle. Just the blocking has just not been very crisp at all so far for the Tigers.
Now 3 receivers on the far side, 3rd and 11 Tigers at their own 29-yard line. Krieger looks to pass, pump fakes far side, starts to run, dumps it off along the far sideline to Gadel for a short gain. Andy pulled down around the 34-yard line. He'll gain 5 on that play.
Nice play by Krieger there, who was surrounded again and was actually throwing that ball as he was falling to the ground.
Gadel's 10th catch of the year. Tigers now left with a 4th and 4 at their own 35, and Krieger on to punt once again. Dane Hoyard back in deep safety for Spash inside his 35-yard line. Good snap. And the kick away, a high kick, good kick. Hoyard all the way back to his own 26, hit right there by Skylar Tyson and dropped immediately. No return on that play.
Another 40-yard punt.
And Stevens Point takes over at their own 26-yard line. We're early in the second quarter here at Gerke Field, and still no score in this VFA football contest between Marshfield and Stevens Point.
2 40-yard punts and a 32 for Krieger tonight, and actually on that 32 he had to kick the ball kind of ways because he had a man right in his face. I thought the punt was going to be blocked on the previous punt, but he got it off and got a good roll, at least got 32 out of it.
Now the Spash offense back on the field, led out by senior quarterback Brady Wyack, the dangerous Colton Kashevsky in the backfield next to him on 1st and 10. Wyack takes the ball himself and gets hit in the backfield, spins away from Steins, gets back up, and Steins gets back up and sacks him back at the 19-yard line. Well, Wyack got away from Steins the first time, but not the second time. And Alex Steins with his first quarterback sack of the season. Ball's all the way back at the 19-yard line, a loss of 8 on that play.
Steins was in the backfield on half of the plays defensively for the Tigers last week against Kaukauna. Had a very nice game.
Leave Stevens Point with a 2nd and 18 at their own 19-yard line. Hoyard wide near side. Wide out far side as well. Here's a handoff coming near side to Kashevsky. He's got some blockers, cuts it up at the 30, 35, up the near sideline of the 40, out of bounds near midfield. Colton Kashevsky gets outside. No defenders are out there, and Kashevsky carries the ball inside Marshfield territory.
Well, you're right, Gene. No defenders were out there standing on their 2 feet because there were 2 people that were blocking out in front of Kashevsky, and they both got decleater blocks on the play. That's what my was for in the middle of that call.
33 yards on that run by Kashevsky, a first down for Spash at the Tiger 48-yard line. 9:45 left first half rather, and still no score. Mason King and Dane Hoyard wideouts on the far side. Wyack in the pistol. Hands to Kashevsky again, gets hit after a short gain and powers his way down to the 45 to the 44. Tough run for Kashevsky, takes several to bring him down, but several there, and several other Tigers on the tackle. Looks like Neil Ott there as well. Ball marked around the 45-yard line, gain of 3. 2nd and 7 Spash at the Tiger 45. Hoyard to the far side. Mason King wide near side. Wyack in the pistol once again, takes the snap, gives to Kashevsky on the sweep, cuts it back inside for a gain of about 5. Boy, it looked like a Tiger player had that play coming right at him, and Kashevsky with a great spin move got away from that guy. I think that was Noah Preston. Looked like Noah was ready to make the tackle, And Kashevsky just made a quick juke move and went back upfield for 5 yards. Very talented runner. 3rd and 2 for Stevens Point at the Tiger 40. Hoyard and King the wideouts. Kashevsky in the backfield next to Wyack. That's not Wyack, that's another quarterback. He gets a drill going. That's Sam Simmons quarterbacking on that play. Ran a quarterback draw, and Johnsrud stops him for no gain at the 40-yard line. So now a 4th down call for Stevens Point. 4th and about 2 for Spash at the Tiger 40-yard line.
Well, the way the Spash defense is playing right now, I'm assuming that they would go for it here. Now they're going to call a timeout.
Yes, they'll call a timeout here and talk about the situation. Stevens Point will use its first timeout with 8:12 remaining in the first quarter, and our score, Marshfield nothing, Stevens Point nothing. Back with more football in just a moment.
The cozy warmth after coming in from a chilly, pink-cheeked morning walk. The perfect man cave temperature to kick back and watch the big game. When the weather turns cold, a new Rheem heating system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Feel the warmth this winter. Home heating system installed by the local pros at Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling. Call Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling today or see them in Marshfield at 1209 West Veterans Parkway.
You're listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB-WOSQ.com.
The Spash does decide to go for it here with 2 yards to go for a first down at the Marshfield 40. One of the things that happens at times in these short yardage plays is teams load up on the defensive front, and if an offensive player can just break that defensive front, there's a lot of yardage ahead. So let's see make sure Marshfield can fill the appropriate gaps on this play. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see them come back with that sweep to this side again that they got the 33 yards on.
Spash has the football on the Tiger 40, 4th and 2. Tom Uthmeyer producing our broadcast tonight with Dale Yukaitis. I'm Gene Delisio. 4th and 2 Spash at the Tiger 40-yard line. Wyack back in a quarterback. Runs at him. Snotsky taking the direct snap and dives down. Carries down to about the 38. It looks like he has the first down by about a half yard. Kashevsky taking a direct snap, gains 2 to the 38. A first down for Spash. Now let's see here. The officials may want to measure this one.
I don't think he got the greatest spot there on that play. Looked like he had more yardage than that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, they did mark it back at the 38. Yeah. The PA announcer announced first down, but there's been no signal. And apparently we will have a measurement here. Ball is right on the 38-yard line. Chains coming out. And they do have the first down by half the football. 1st and 10 Spash at the Tiger 38. 8-7 remaining in the first half. There is no score here at Gerke Field.
I was with you, Gene. I gave Kashevsky 4 yards on the play, but apparently they gave him 2.
Now a third quarterback, Brett Ayer, is in the ball game for Stevens Point. Kashevsky next to him. And Ayer back to pass. Lobs the ball down the far sideline for King. Over his head, incomplete. Attempting a fingertip catch on the far sideline. Well covered by Skylar Thyssen, but the ball just out of reach, incomplete.
I think Ayer is the quarterback that has thrown a little bit more among that trio. Isn't he like 14 for 25?
Yes, he is. 14 to 25, 166, no touchdowns, 1 interception, but had no attempts last week against Appleton North. Wyack did pass for 83 against North last week. Wyack's thrown for 83 this year, Ayer 166, and Simmons for 39. 2nd and 10 for Spash at the Tiger 38-yard line. Simmons quarterbacking. Hands off to Kashevsky, pulls away from tacklers and dives to the 35-yard line. Looked like Howlett had a shot at him in the backfield, but Kashevsky spun away and dove down for a couple of yards to the 36. He'll gain 2 on that play. 4 down territory for Spash, and 3rd and 8 for Stevens Point at the Marshfield 36-yard line. Simmons coming back in to play quarterback. Hoyard wide to the near side. King on the far side. Kashevsky standing next to Simmons. And it's Kashevsky off tackle for a nice game, but now pulled down from behind inside the 35-yard line by John Howlett at the 33. About 3 yards on that play. The Tigers trying to contain Kashevsky. And that sets up a 4th down now for Stevens Point. 4th and 6 for Spash at the Tiger 33-yard line. Air comes back in, the passing quarterback. See if he throws here. Fourth and 6 for Stevens Point at the Tiger 33. 2 receivers on the near side. Air in the pistol. Takes the snap, back to pass. Lobs it down the near sideline. Ball's up in the air and knocked away, incomplete. Incomplete pass. That was John Reigel playing defense on King at the 5-yard line. Got a hand up and knocked the ball down. Incomplete pass, and the Tigers get the ball back.
That's the 4th time tonight that they've tried the long streak pass down the sideline to King. They just kind of throw it up and expect him to run under it, and that ball was there, but good defense by the Tigers.
John Reigel makes a big play. We've seen both Reigel and Hurdle make really excellent defensive plays for Marshfield tonight. Tigers take over on downs at their own 33-yard line. 6:35 remaining in the first half, and still no score here at Gerke Field.
That was a touchdown-saving knockaway by that Tiger defender.
Great play by John Reigel. Ryan Krieger in the pistol on 1st down. Back to pass. Comes to the near side, being rushed again. Gets hit and sacked again inside the 25-yard line.
Wow. I mean, I'm sorry, folks. I'm making it sound like I'm very, very negative here, but there's just no blocking. No blocking at all right now.
Loss of 9 on that play. 2nd and 19 coming up for Marshfield at their own 24-yard line.
I mean, the ball is snapped, and there's 3 or 4 black jersey players across the line of scrimmage immediately on every play.
Favorite to the near side. Wide out far side on 2nd and 19. Krieger fades the pass again, has better protection, lobs far side to Gadel. It's Byrell to the 25, the 30, to near the 35-yard line. Isaiah Byrell on that little screen pass on the far side, his 6th catch of the year. And Isaiah out to about the 34. He'll pick up 10 yards on that pass play. Isaiah with a touchdown catch against Kaukauna last week. They'll give him 11 yards on that play. 3rd and 8 Tigers at their own 35-yard line.
Nice touch pass by Krieger, who had to loft that over the top of the defender who was out there on that play.
Wide outs on either side on 3rd and 8. Bowman goes in motion. Fake pitch. Krieger rolls near side, being pursued once again. Throws on the run down the near sideline. The ball is caught by Meverden. Carries inside the Spash 40-yard line for the 1st down. Isaac Meverden gets loose down the middle. Makes a big reception, and the Tigers have a 1st down inside Stevens Point territory.
Faked the toss sweep play to the Tigers' left. Krieger rolling out, made a man miss, and Meverden crossed all the way from the opposite side of the field underneath the defense. Very well designed play.
Gain of 28, a 1st down for Marshfield at the Spash 38. 4:55 left in the first half, still no score. Krieger in the pistol, Bowman goes in motion, gets a pitch, heading for the far sideline. Turns it back upfield across the 35 and stopped around the 34. Does gain about 4 yards on the play. That catch by Meverden, his 9th of the year. They'll mark him at the 33. So 2nd and 6 Tigers at the Spash 33-yard line. That was a big play under duress by Krieger to make a pinpoint throw to Meverden. Meverden far side. Favorite near side on 2nd and 6. Krieger fakes the handoff to, now gives the ball to Byrell and goes straight ahead for about 2. Isaiah Byrell runs down to the 31-yard line. And the Tigers face with 3rd and 4. Marshfield Tiger football tonight on WDLB, a service of Rice's Capital Carpet of Marshfield, Sternweiss & Sons Incorporated, and the Dental Clinic of Marshfield. 3rd and 4 Tigers at the Spash 31-yard line. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. And Krieger looks to pass quickly near side to Bowman. This play wide open. Brandon near side, 25 up the sideline to the 20 and tossed out of bounds right there.
Good blocking. Good blocking by Gadel And also the other receiver out there, that was Favorite on the play.
And that pass play gains 11. Quick bubble screen to Bowman gives Marshfield a first down at the Spash 20. 3.5 remaining, first half. No scores. Now in the Rail red zone for the first time tonight. Ryan Krieger in the pistol. Wide outs on both sides. Gadel comes in motion. Inside handoff to Bowman, looking for a hole, cuts back inside and picks up about 4 yards. To the 17.
We're starting to say during the last series that Spash is playing those outside linebackers, and when they move up to the line, they play like defensive ends in that 5-man defensive front, and they're playing wide, forcing Marshfield to cut back inside, kind of like Hortonville did.
2nd and 7 Tigers at the Spash 17. Favorite near side, Meverton far side. Bowman goes in motion. Krieger rolls far side, stops, tries to dump it off, and does so incomplete. He was going down, once again heavily pressured by linebacker Alec Borkart. And luckily Bowman about 5 yards down the field, and Krieger tossed the ball in his direction for the incomplete pass.
Actually a pretty heady play by Krieger there. That would have been probably about a 14-yard loss on a sack.
Tigers have the ball inside the Rail red zone. Visit rail.jobs to join the winning Rail team. Experience the power of red with Rail Transport. 3rd and 7 Tigers, Dale, at the Spash 17.
Yeah, Gene taking a lot of time to get to the line of scrimmage. They're looking at their wristbands again for a play.
Krieger back in the pistol on 3rd and 7. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, has time, throws far sideline, but over Byro's head. The pass is intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone by Dylan Trigg, who's tossed out of bounds in the end zone. There's a flag down also at the goal line.
That was thrown after the interception, well after the interception, so we'll see if there was maybe a face mask by a Tiger on that attempted tackle in the end zone or what we have here.
Trigg on the pass interception. Krieger's 7th interception this season. And then the Tiger receiver grabbed Trigg in the end zone and tossed him out of bounds in the end zone.
That flag thrown by the deep official, the back judge, and they're going to say just play on, pass intercepted, and ball's going to come back out to the 20.
So touchback, and it's going to be Stevens Point football at their own 20-yard line. 2:30 remaining. First half, and Marshfield and Stevens Point still scoreless. By the way, at halftime, Mike Pearson joins us, and he'll talk about some of his favorite Big Ten basketball arenas. That's at halftime of our broadcast tonight. Spash football on their own 20. 2 timeouts left, 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Wojak back in there at quarterback. His fullback is Owen Zakreski. Kashevsky in the tailback position, gets the handoff straight ahead, upended through the line, gets about 3. Johnsrud, I think, got some good penetration there, along with Steins. And Kashevsky out to the 23-yard line, picks up 3 on that play.
Nice job of reading the gap there by Johnsrud, who filled the gap and then got to Kashevsky around the ankles.
2nd and 7 Spash at their own 23. Hoyer to the near side. Metz on the far side. Kashevsky lines up as a tailback behind Wojak. Gets the handoff straight ahead again. Hit from behind, spins away, fights his way to the 29-yard line. About 1 yard shy of the first down.
Straight ahead run by Kashevsky, and they had Johnsrud blitzing on that play, but Kashevsky was able to slide enough to his left and fall forward for the extra yardage to make it close on a 3rd down play.
And here's a 3rd and 1 for Spash at their own 29. Metz far side, Hoyer near side. Kashevsky lines up Wojak. Ball gets hit, spins away, gets hit again, and goes down back at the 25-yard line. Tigers take advantage of a high snap, and Wojak could not make the handoff to Kashevsky, had to eat it himself, and goes down back at the 26 and loses 3.
Geez, I'll tell you what, give Wojak credit for handling that. That snap came back over his head, over his left shoulder, like a rocket, and he was still able to get his hands up.
And now the Tigers take a timeout, their first of the first half. 1:07 remaining in the second quarter, and our score is Marshfield 0, Stevens Point 0. We'll come back to Gerke Field in just a moment.
The 2018 new cars will be out soon, and most people don't take time to shop the loan rate when they buy an auto or truck. They just take what the dealership offers. See if you qualify for a lower rate. Refinancing your auto loan could save you hundreds of dollars over the term of your loan. First Choice has low rates, and they can work out a great payment plan just for you. Plus, you can feel good about borrowing from a lender. Visit firstchoicecreditunion.com. Membership eligibility required.
Couple of seconds coming back on the clock. 1:10 remaining before halftime. Still no score here at Stevens Point. Marshfield should get the ball back here. It's 4th and 3 for Spash at their own 27-yard line. And it looks like Seth Tosseth will punt once again. Brandon Bowman back in deep safety for Marshfield inside, right at his own 40-yard line. Tigers now have 2 timeouts remaining.
A little deeper this time. He was only 25 yards deep last time, and the ball was kicked over his head.
Tosseth ready. Gets a high snap, pulls in with one hand, and does boom it away. A high kick, not real deep. Bowman calls for a fair catch and grabs it at his own 43-yard line. Tiger football on their own 43, 1:02 remaining before halftime. Still no score here at Gerke Field in Stevens Point.
"35-yard punt with no return."
Nice crowd on hand tonight watching the Tigers and Stevens Point renew their rivalry, the 107th meeting between these two teams.
It's also Blackout for Cancer night here with both schools participating. A lot of people wearing black T-shirts tonight. There was a moment before the game where people who had lost a relative or friend to cancer all held up signs. Pretty emotional moment for the ball game. Both teams, both schools coming together for this event.
Double slot here for the Tigers. 1st and 10 at their own 43. Bowman goes in motion. And Krieger, a quarterback draw. Straight ahead to 50, runs into his own man, and goes down on the Spash 49-yard line. Ran into Duncan Swanson trying to make a block, but Krieger gains 8 yards on the play.
3-man rush only by Spash on that last play. They're dropping 8 back in coverage.
2nd and 3, Tigers at the Spash 49. Double slot once again. Around. Caught by Gadel at the 40. Pulled down from behind at the Spash 36. Gain of 13 on that pass play. A Tiger first down. Chains are moved. The clock down to 29 seconds remaining before halftime. Tigers attempting a quick score before the second quarter comes to an end. 2 wideouts on either side. Krieger back to the pistol. Fades to pass. Good protection. Throws to the far sideline once again. Man wide open. Meverden pulls it in at the 23-yard line. Goes down right there. And a timeout call by Marshfield, I believe. Meverden wide open along the far sideline. Had to dive to make the catch, but grabbed it and is marked down at the 24. A gain of 12 on the play. And the Tigers take a timeout, their second timeout of the first half. We now have 18 seconds remaining before halftime. Marshfield and Stevens Point are still scoreless. The Tigers suddenly back in scoring range.
Right now, Spash is dropping 8 people back, 5 linebackers, and then 3 deep also in the secondary, rushing 3. And they're dropping deep, trying to let Marshfield, if they catch a pass, catch it underneath and make the tackle. But they've been giving up a little bit too much here, and Marshfield's in pretty good range here right now.
Marshfield field goal kicker would be Mason Coffrin. Tigers do not have a field goal yet this season, or yes they do, a 28-yarder by Coffrin against Oshkosh West.
You're looking at a 41-yarder, I think, right now.
Marshfield does have 1 timeout remaining, 18 seconds left before halftime. Tiger offense back on the field. Ryan Krieger at quarterback.
We'll see if they can get enough time to get it to Meverden.
Tight formation here, double wing. Bowman goes through in motion. Krieger back to pass. Being rushed, rolls to the near sideline. He stops, throws on the run towards the goal line, and has Meverden out there. He makes a diving catch at the 1. Isaac Meverden, a diving catch at the 1-yard line. First and goal, Tigers at the Spash 1, a gain of 23.
Well, Meverden had to come all the way across the field as Krieger was chased out of the pocket, but Krieger put it out in front of him. Diving
9 seconds left, clock is moving, and Krieger spikes it. With 5 seconds left, Krieger spikes it. And let's see how the Tigers play this. If they want to attempt the touchdown to bring Crawford in for the field goal. Ball is on the 1 yard line on a diving catch by Meverden at the 1. 5 seconds remaining before halftime. No score. Apparently the Tigers will go for it. They'll go for the score. Let's see if Stevens Point wants time here. It's 2nd and goal, Tigers.
There's a penalty called, Gene, on Stevens Point. I think they had too many people in the defensive huddle.
Well, that'll move the ball to the half-yard line.
Yep.
It's 2nd down for the Tigers from the Spash half-yard line with 5 seconds left in the second quarter. After a great diving catch by Isaac Meverden. Krieger checking with Coach Gadel.
Let's hustle here a little bit, boys.
Heading back to the line of scrimmage. Tigers have 1 play to score. Have to go a half yard for a touchdown. Krieger in the pistol. Takes the snap. Runs straight ahead. Has a seam. He gets hit at the goal line. Spins away and gets in for the touchdown. Ryan Krieger goes 1 yard for a score. A 6-play, 57-yard scoring drive. And on the final play of the second quarter, the Tigers grab a 6-0 lead.
Ethan Arch will be a candidate, even though 195-pounder. He and Barry will be candidates for block of the game on that left side.
The PAT try now by Mason Coffrin.
With Bowman also leading him in.
Colin Favorite, the holder. Ball is down. Kick is on the way. It's a low kick. It is good. And that play ends the first half of football here at Gerke Field. I want to remind you of our Gross Motors car of the game, the new 2017 Buick Envision Essence all-wheel drive. This 4-cylinder Envision gets 28 miles per gallon highway, 21 miles per gallon in the city. Equipped with a premium audio system, power driver seat, and heated leather driver and front passenger seats as well. You can save more than $5,000 on this new Buick Envision right now. See it at grossauto.com or on the lot tomorrow. Gross Buick, North Central Avenue in Marshfield. We are at halftime here at Gerke Field in Stevens Point. Marshfield and Stevens Point meeting tonight in VFA football here at Gerke Field. Our halftime score is Marshfield 7, Stevens Point nothing. We'll come back with our halftime program following these messages.
Victory Apparel of Marshfield is the place to go for all your hometown team apparel. New fall styles are arriving daily for every high school team in the area, as well as your favorite college team. New NCAA team apparel in stock now. Victory Apparel, just south of the tracks on Central Avenue in Marshfield, your official fanwear store for high school and NCAA team apparel, plus custom screen printing and embroidery for schools, organizations, and businesses.
Victory Apparel of Marshfield supports all area football teams. Now you can show your support by winning a free t-shirt in the Free Tees to Support Your Team contest. There's no better way to show your spirit. Just register to win the next time you visit Victory Apparel. Weekly winners receive a free t-shirt from your local fanwear store. Victory Apparel in downtown Marshfield. Free tees to support your team from Victory Apparel and WDLB WOSQ.
Whether you're looking for top quality flooring, window treatments, expert installation, or professional design advice, you'll find it all and more at Rice's Capital Carpet. Over 300 years of combined sales and installation experience, we are dedicated to providing our clients with the absolute best in product and service. We cordially invite you to stop in, take a look around, ask questions, and then let our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff help you make an informed decision. Rice's Capital Carpet, Highway 13 North in Marshfield, or call Rice's Capital Carpet today, 715-384-4554.
Time now for our halftime program, and our special guest is Mike Pearson, who is a very avid Big Ten basketball fan and has a website, sportsll.com, devoted to Big Ten basketball. Recently, Mike Pearson spoke with our friend Bill Hazen about Big Ten basketball and his favorite Big Ten arenas.
Well, I love to go to arena where the crowd is just on top of the action and in charge of the game. I want to see enthusiasm. I want to see reaction. I want to see them cheering for their home team. And the Big Ten has lots of places like that.
What about the architecture of the building itself, Mike? And you would know a lot about this because you're a person who went to these arenas to work, as I did. Sometimes we went as fans, but a lot of the times we were going there to work. And when you work in a building, you really get to know that building is all about, warts and all in some cases.
Yeah, let's start with Williams Arena. The barn is a really special place. I love the old timers. First of all, I used to work at Michigan State, as you mentioned, and Jennison Fieldhouse is one of those old timers. But
yes,
the barn certainly is right there with anybody else. You know, it has character. The seats are hard. There's no chair seats in there. It's all benches, and everybody has an opportunity to yell and cheer. I remember one year in 1986, I was accompanying the Michigan State team up to Minneapolis for a game, and we had a player named Scott Skiles. You might remember that player for the Spartans.
Plymouth, Indiana.
Yeah, he was from Plymouth, Indiana. He could play. He was the first team All-American for the Spartans in 1986. But on this particular night, he played, I thought, his greatest game ever. In 27 shots, he hit 20 of them. And the great majority of them were well beyond the three-point line. Problem was, there was no three-point line in those days. And so as I went back and calculated how many points he could have scored that night had the three-point line been a reality, he would have scored 62 that night. Mm-hmm. He fouled out at the end of that game, and I'll never forget it. Gopher Faithful stood up, gave him a standing ovation. It's the first and maybe the last time I've ever seen an opponent player get a standing ovation in a visiting arena.
I think there are very few players in college basketball who got more out of what they had as a player than Scott Skiles. And I'm not surprised that he's had such a wonderful coaching career afterwards. A very, very smart guy. I had him with the Pacers and remember him well. Let's talk about the arena where you rolled up your sleeves and worked regularly. And one of the interesting parts of your article is you got something of a hint about the work that's been done on it. That's the big building at Illinois. This building, as I recall, the times that I did games out of there, architecturally, it's magnificent. It's a fantastic achievement, and it can hold a lot of fans. But I always thought that the fans weren't close enough in there. It's just a sensation I got. They may have solved that with the rebuild. Mike, you know the building a lot better than I do. What were your impressions of it?
Well, the first time I ever walked into the building was, I think, in the early 70s. At that point, it was about 10 years old. It took your breath away as to the enormity of that building. And on the outside, of course, it looks like a spaceship. Imagine what it looked like to people in 1963 when it first opened. It still looks futuristic, 50-some years later. But you are exactly right. Until this recent renovation, the fans aren't on top of the court as they are in many other Big Ten arenas. Still, there's a great deal of enthusiasm that's generated from Illini fans when their folks are on top.
One arena I like to go to, and where I thought the conditions for working there were very good, was Carver Hawkeye Arena. And Mike, I got there when it was relatively new. This arena is dug into the ground. It's a little different. You
enter near the top of it and walk downward. If you saw it from the outside, you really wouldn't even think it was arena. You wouldn't think it was tall enough to be an arena. But it was quite an amazing achievement, I thought, and a nice place to work.
It is. It's a terrific place. I remember the old Iowa Field House, and it was steps beyond what Carver Hawkeye became. As you say, you walk in from the ground level and you go downwards to go to your seat. It's kind of a chore after the game, but it's a great arena. The sound in there is terrific, and Hawkeye fans fill that place. You should see it for a wrestling match. That's a sight to behold.
Interesting. There are several new buildings, of course, in the league, or newer generation buildings. I would say the Kohl Center in Madison is one of them. The Breslin Arena at Michigan State, which replaced the old field house. And I did a game out of the old field house going way back to my college years, so I do remember that old place just as you do, Mike. And boy, it was something.
You probably remember, Bill, the basket that went across the court at Jenison.
I sure do.
That's how we delivered statistics. So the writers were on one side, the radio and TV were on the opposite side, and it was such a long walk to go around the perimeter from one balcony to the other that Fred Stabley, the SID of long ago at Michigan State, designed this basket system where it was a cable strung over the court, and you turned a bicycle wheel on the writer's side to get the basket back and forth, and we had a person on the other hand to gather the statistics. I remember clearly one night as the basket was going across, the game was in progress, and the basket went a little too fast, and the paper started flying out of the basket and floating down onto the court during the game. The game had to be stopped. At that point, we decided, you know what, we're only going to run the basket when the game is not in session. And so that was a funny memory for me.
Boy, I do remember that basket. You do remember it, Mike, exactly as it was, no doubt. Now, you have gone to every building in the league, and that means you've seen the new building at Nebraska, and I found this interesting because it got a lot of good early reviews. Let's get the review from you. How did you like it?
I love it. I think, again, the people inside the arena make the arena, but I think the configuration of the new place at Nebraska is terrific. I would have made maybe the stands a little more on an angle to be closer. Once in the back row, you're quite a ways from the court. But if we mentioned the arenas around the league, the one that has the steepest incline that I can remember is the Assembly Hall at Indiana University. When you are climbing up those steps, you feel like you're going to fall over because it is such an angle. So you got one hand on the railing as you're going up.
That's Big Ten basketball fan Mike Pearson speaking with Bill Hazen on the Big Ten basketball arenas that he likes. Once again, his website is sportsll.com, and lots going on there about Big Ten basketball. Say our car of the game for this evening from Gross Motors of Marshfield is that new 2017 Buick Envision Essence all-wheel drive. This four-cylinder Envision gets 28 miles per gallon on the highway, 21 in the city. It's equipped with a premium audio system, driver's seat, and heated passenger seats. You can save more than $5,000 on this new Buick Envision right now. Check it out at grossauto.com or on the lot tomorrow. Gross Buick, North Central Avenue in Marshfield. Welcome back to Gerke Field and Stevens Point, and more of our halftime program following these messages.
Wow your backyard guests and fire up the good life with a new backyard kitchen from Rochester Concrete Products, now available at Sternweiss & Sons in Marshfield. This is a truly magnificent granite top cabinet collection, including a great pizza oven, perfect for baking, grilling, dining, entertaining. Select one of the pre-finished models in a variety of styles, sizes, and colors, or custom build for your entertainment space. Visit Sternweiss & Sons Block Division, 400 East Arnold in Marshfield today, and ask about the new Rochester Outdoor Kitchens.
Here's another tooth truth from Dental Clinic of Marshfield.
Dental Clinic of Marshfield helps people rest easier. Sleep problems related to breathing aren't just bothersome, they can be dangerous. Snoring and sleep apnea may be managed with help from your dentist at Dental Clinic of Marshfield.
Dental Clinic of Marshfield. Dental care for life. Schedule an appointment today at any of their 3 offices in Marshfield, Stratford, or Neillsville. Learn more at dentalclinicofmarshfield.com.
Ag Country Farm Credit Services has been serving agriculture and rural communities for nearly 100 years. They offer a wide array of financial products, such as loans and leases for farm operations and real estate financing, rural home loans, crop insurance, tax preparation, and much more. Contact your Marshfield Ag Country Farm Credit Services office in front of the mall on Central Avenue today. Equal opportunity lender and provider.
You're listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer is our producer this evening. With Delia Kaitis, I'm Gene DeLucia. We're at Gerke Field in Stevens Point. Marshfield facing Stevens Point in VFA football this evening. Our halftime score is Marshfield 7, Stevens Point nothing. Our scoring play recap, a service of Ag Country Farm Credit Services, supporting agriculture and rural communities throughout central Wisconsin. Only one scoring play to report in that first half, and that came on the final play of the second quarter. With no time on the clock, Ryan Krieger scored for Marshfield on a 1-yard touchdown run, capping a 6-play, 57-yard scoring drive that began following a Stevens Point punt. Mason Coffrin then kicked the PAT, and Marshfield led 7-0 on the final play of that second quarter, and that has been the scoring to 8 in this ball game. Now let's get an update on the stats for this first half, a service of the people for whom numbers matter the most. Edward Jones Investments of Marshfield. See Randy Gershman or Brian Kaiser for their sound investment advice. Dale, how about the numbers on that first half?
Well, offense tough going for both teams. 63 yards of total. 15 carries in the first half, so Tigers doing a pretty good job other than a 33-yard run by Kashevsky, really holding him to short yardage so far. Spash has only completed 2 passes out of 6 for 6 yards in the ball game. Marshfield rushing-wise, not as Spash, 11 yards in 17 attempts, but they did throw for 98 yards, they being Brad Krieger, he being Brad Krieger, 98 yards in Ryan Krieger, I think I said Brad. 7 of 11 in the first half with 1 interception. The key pass being the 23-yard strike that he threw when being forced to his right to Isaac Meverden along the 1-yard line, where Meverden made as pretty a pass as you're going to see in any level of football. Ball thrown out ahead of Meverton, and he had to dive straight ahead and fly through the air and make a fingertip catch and hang on when he hit the ground, and he managed to execute that. So Tigers with the big play of the game thus far, and blocking of the game also, I've got Ethan Arndt on that side and Connor Berry, 2 of the key blockers on that touchdown run.
Boy, a key play, Dale. Also, that bad snap on Stevens Point.
Yeah.
3rd and 1 at their own 29-yard line. They get a bad snap out to the quarterback. He has to eat the football. They lose 3. They have to punt the football, and that leads to Marshfield's scoring drive.
Right. Nice drive down the field. Krieger completed the passes of 14, 13, and then 23, despite, as you saw, Gene, running for his life on most of those plays back there. He really hasn't had a lot of blocking back there at all, and has made some very nice individual plays running around or scrambling in that backfield.
Yeah, Rick Krieger has been sacked twice so far tonight. Marshfield has 1 sack, that by Alex Steins, his first of the year. Now, critical situation here, I would think, Dale, as Stevens Point gets the football to start the second half, and Marshall wants to make sure they maintain that lead here in that opening drive.
Well, it's a scary situation, although I don't see this Spash team as being as skilled as some as we've seen in the past. They still have one of the premier running backs in Colton Krzyzewski, and so far Marshfield has really corralled him for the most part, except for that 133-yard sweep he got away on. But Marshfield doing a nice job defensively, but Krzyzewski scares you every time he touches the ball.
Krzyzewski back in deep safety with Dane Hoyard as Mason Coffrin, Mason Coffrin kicks off from Marshfield from south to north or left to right here at Gerke Field. Coffrin set, and the kick, long end over end kick, and Hoyard back at the 3-yard line. To the 10, the 15, it's a hard hit at the 20, and hit hard and knocked down right there. A big hit by Marshfield's Caden Pierce.
There is my collision of the game. Pierce coming across from the inside. Somebody didn't pick him up, and he bulldogged Hoyard to the ground. I mean, he hit him up around the shoulder pads and wham.
And Stevens Point begins this drive at their own 20-yard line. As play begins here in the second half, Marshfield leads 7-0. Spash has used 3 different quarterbacks tonight.
Well, Spash has tried 4 times in this game to throw long bombs down the sideline to, I think that's King. Yes, Mason King. And Marshfield's been up to the task. They've knocked it away all 4 times.
Now Wyack in the pistol on 1st and 10. A high snap over his head, back at the 5-yard line, and he'll go back and get the ball near the goal line. And they're going to mark him down at, I believe, the 2. In fact, Krzyzewski ran back there, and he got it back at the 2-yard line.
Boy, again, a skyrocket. That ball came back, and it was well over Wyack's head. Didn't have a chance. And to be honest with you, there's been 2 or 3 other snaps where Wyack has had to make some outstanding catches just to keep the front of him.
So it's now 2nd and 28 for Spash at their own 2-yard line. Wyack at quarterback. Krzyzewski next to him. Gets the snap. Hands to Krzyzewski, off tackle. Gets outside. Pulled down nicely on the far sideline by a Tiger tackler. I believe that was Ott. Boy, a lot of one-on-one tackles on Krzyzewski, and the Tigers wrapping up well. That play gains 4 yards to the 6. Third and 24 for Spash at their own 6-yard line. Tigers flirting with a safety on that last bad snap. King to the near side, Hoyard wide far side, and Wyack in the pistol on 3rd and long. Takes a high snap again, gives to Krzyzewski. Into the pile, now cuts back outside with some running room to the 20-yard line and pulled down around the 28. Very close to the first down, and Hurdle grabbed him, knocked him down. They're going to mark him down at the 26, I believe. So still 4 yards shy of the first down. Krzyzewski gains 20, gets Spash out of their hole, but still it's a 4th down play. 4th and about 4 for Stevens Point at their own 26-yard line.
Good job of the Tiger secondary defenders using the sideline to their advantage, taking away the inside and forcing Krzyzewski to the sideline.
Brandon Bowman back deep safety at his own 45. Tosseth on to punt. Gets the snap. Here's the kick. High kick. Bowman will let this ball bounce and rolls sideways inside the 50 to the Tiger 46-yard line.
Only a 27-yard punt.
And Marshfield football on their own 46, 10:25 remaining. 3rd quarter, Tigers lead 7-0. Wisconsin Badgers play at Brigham Young tomorrow. Our broadcast begins at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, and on WDLB, WOSQ.com. Tiger football on their own 46, their first possession of the second half. Ryan Krieger in the pistol, double slot. And inside handoff, no, it's a fake, and here's Krieger straight ahead, gets outside for a big gain inside Spash territory to the Stevens Point 38. A fake handoff to Gadel, then Krieger carries to mark him down on the 37-yard line. He gains 17 on that play.
Very good call by the Tigers, trying to run that ball inside between guard and tackle, and Krieger was able to do that because, again, Spash has been widening out their defensive front to try to keep Marshfield inside. If they had given that ball to Gadel, he would have lost 5.
1st and 10 Tigers at the Spash 37-yard line. Gadel comes in motion, gets a pitch, coming to the near sideline. They string it out, turns the corner. He'll be forced down at the 38. He'll lose a yard on that sweep.
Mentioned the Spash defense, not as big overall as they've been in the past, but pretty quick, and they're pretty good sideline to sideline.
Ball's back at the 38-yard line. Loss of 1 by Gadel. 2nd and 11 for the Tigers at the Spash 38-yard line.
Tough going for Andy. He's gotten -1 yardage now in 6 attempts. Most of those wide plays, and Spash is just stringing those out very well.
Tigers signaling the play from the bench. Mitch Wilhelm wide near side. Meverton far side. Double wing on 2nd and 11. Krieger to pass the football with time. Throws far sideline over Gadel's head, incomplete. He was well covered on that play. 2 men right near him on that play. Dylan Trigg and Desmond Schaumer providing pass coverage on Gadel on that pass play.
Decent pass protection, but Krieger, as he held the ball waiting for Gadel to get open, got rid of it, and it was hit after he threw the ball, so still under duress.
A 3rd and long for the Tigers. 3rd and 11 for Marshfield at the Spash 38-yard line. Marshfield has 3 receivers on the far side. Wilhelm split to the near side. Byrell in the backfield next to Krieger, shifting position. Now Krieger takes the snap, drops back to pass, steps up, throws far sideline. As a man out there, Bowman coughs it up. Bowman had the ball at the 20-yard line and then took a big hit as he received the football from Lee Goman. Otherwise, that's a big gainer for the Tigers, but as Bowman received the football, Goman hit him hard, and Brandon could not hold it. It's incomplete.
Man, what a hit.
Yeah, that's a possible collision right there.
Collision of the game right there as well,
Goman
yes.
on that one.
Wow.
So 4th and 11 for the Tigers at the Spash 38. Trent Hamersky back in deep safety for Spash at his 10-yard line. Here's a kick by Krieger. Pops it up down the near sideline. Hamersky calls for fair catch and grabs it at the 8-yard line.
Hamersky on the fair catch for the Panthers.
Stevens Point football. Now they're marking on the 7 with 9:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Marshfield leads Stevens Point 7-0. Most of our area high school cross-country teams run tomorrow at the Smiley Invitational, taking place at the Tribute Golf Course in Wausau, hosted by Wausau East. That meet begins at 8:30 tomorrow morning in Wausau.
That's quite an event. Teams come from all over the state. Some of the better cross-country teams across the state of Wisconsin in various divisions. Lots of teams running. If you like cross-country, if you haven't seen it, try to get to that Smiley Invitational on the northeast side of Wausau.
Spash football at their own 7-yard line. Wojak at quarterback. Kashevsky behind him. And fade off, and Wojak carries himself, but Howlett snared back at the 6. Tried to fake the ball to Kashevsky, and Wojak keeps it himself, and that play did not go very far. Wojak will lose a yard on that play. He had rushed for exactly 7 yards coming into this ball game, and so his average will not be increased with that performance.
He's got -20 tonight.
Well, that was because of that bad snap also.
Actually, he's got -32.
Oh, boy. 2nd and 11 for Spash at their own 6-yard line. Kashevsky in the backfield, back in the end zone. Gets the handoff straight ahead into the pile for about 3. Pulled down shy of the 10-yard line. Once again, Steins and Preston in on that stop. And Kashevsky down at the 8. He'll gain 2 on that play. 3rd and 9 for Spash at their own 8-yard line.
For as much grief as I've given the offensive line for the Tigers at times tonight, the defensive line has been playing very well. Very well, getting into gaps, making it difficult for Spash runners to get any headway.
Wojak gets the signal from the sideline. He sends Metz wide to the near side. Wide out far side on 3rd and 9. Wojak in the pistol. Takes the snap, runs himself to the near sideline, stops and throws on the run. The ball's caught at the 20-yard line by Metz. He carries across the 30 for the first down. No, that's not Metz, by the way. That's the fullback on that play. That's Jack Kelly making his first catch of the year, normally a defensive lineman. And he makes the catch from the fullback spot and carries out to the 32-yard line, picks up 24 for the first down. So a first down for Stevens Point at their own 32 with 8:05 remaining in the third quarter. Marshfield leads 7-0. Hoyard and Metz to the far side. Wyack in the pistol. Kashevsky behind him. Handoff to Kashevsky. He gets hard and dropped for a loss. Some great penetration by Noah Preston. And Kashevsky, no place to go. He stopped back at the 30-yard line. He'll lose 2.
Another candidate for collision of the game. Preston just beating the blocker right up the middle and sacking Kashevsky for now, well, dropping him for a loss.
Boy, Preston 5'8", 193, but very effective playing in that defensive tackle spot.
Either offensive line tonight has played real well, to be honest with you.
Second down now, 2nd and 12, Stevens Point at their own 30-yard line. 2 receivers on the far side. Wyack in the pistol. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls far side, throws the ball into the ground, incomplete. A very heavy rush on that play by Travis Altman. And so the ball going over there to the fullback Krzyzewski, but Altman in Wyack's face forced an early throw, and the ball thrown into the ground, incomplete.
Yeah, thank goodness, thrown at that receiver's feet because he had a lot of room out there on that right side. The wide had run off our defensive back, and there was a lot of room to roam. So thankfully the pass rush saved us on that one.
Here's a 3rd and 12. Tigers want to stop here. 3rd and 12 Spash at their own 30. Wideouts on both sides. Wyack in the pistol, takes the snap, gives to Kashevsky on the sweep, coming near side with some room to the 40, up the near sideline, 50, 45, 40, and taken down inside the 40-yard line. They run that same sweep play, which gained big yardage for Spash in the first half, and this time Kashevsky carries down to the Marshfield 35-yard line. He gains 35 on that play and gives Stevens Point a first down at the Tiger 35-yard line.
Had to get all the way to the sidelines to do it, but was able to cut up the field and really dance that sideline to gain that positive yardage.
Marshfield on top 7-0, 6:50 remaining in the third quarter. Hoyard far side, Metz wide on the near side. Wyack at quarterback. Takes the snap and runs the ball himself straight ahead, upended after a short gain. A good inside tackle by Nolan Hurdle. Ran the quarterback draw, and Wyack cut down to the 28, or 33 rather, gains 2 on that play. 2nd and 8 for Spash at the Marshfield 33. This drive began on the Tiger, or the Spash 7-yard line. A couple of big plays, a pass play to Kelly for 24 yards and the run by Kashevsky for 35.
Well, Kashevsky now is 129 yards, but 65 of those coming on 2 sweep plays.
He's over 100 yards for the 3rd time this year. 2nd and 8 for Stevens Point at the Tiger 33. Wyack in the pistol. Fakes the handoff, rolls far side again. He may take off. He'll run to the 30-yard line, up the far sideline, and takes a hard hit shy of the 25. Run down there by Neil Ott. They'll mark him down, I believe, at about the 27, maybe the 28, but a gain of 6 on the run by Wyack. And a 3rd down, 3rd and 2 for Spash at the Tiger 27-yard line.
And Spash has really turned this field position around as well.
Yeah.
Marshfield really pinning them deep for most of this half so far, but until that 32-yard run by Kashevsky.
This is the 9th play of this drive that began on the Spash 7. 3rd and 2 for Stevens Point at the Tiger 27. Metz to the near side, Hoyard wide far side. Wyack gives to Kashevsky straight ahead. He'll have the first down, bounces outside, and carries to about the 23 and cut down there. Stopped on that play by Skylar Tyson at the 23-yard line. Kashevsky for 4. And a first down for Spash at the Tiger 23-yard line. Now 5:25 remaining in the third quarter. And Marshfield leading Stevens Point 7-0. Kashevsky comes off the field for this play. Trent Hamersky now a tailback. He gets the handoff, gets pulled down from behind after a short gain, and a flag goes down. Tackle made by Noah Preston. We've had few flags tonight. And there's a flag down on this play.
That one thrown from behind the play by the referee after the tackle was made.
Hamersky straight ahead and cut down for no gain. See what the call is here. Holding against Stevens Point.
We'll mark that off from the 25-yard line, which was 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
That brings the ball back to the 35. Tigers going to break there. It'll be 1st and 22 for Stevens Point at the Tiger 35.
Official must have wanted to be sure he got the correct number or whatever on that, because he really took a long time to throw that flag.
And Kashevsky still on the sidelines. Woyak back in a quarterback on 1st and 22 from the 35-yard line. Metz far side, Hoyer to the near side. Kelly a wing on the near side. Hamersky the tailback. Fake handoff. Woyak rolls near side. Still on his feet. Now throws on the near sideline and into the Spash bench, incomplete. Had both Kelly and Woyak on the near sideline. Well defensed by Hurdle and Reigel. And the ball over everybody's head into the sideline, incomplete.
Woyak running partway down the field to meet his receiver and giving a motion like, get down the field, get down the field.
Kashevsky now back in the ballgame. 2nd and 22 for Spash at the Tiger 35. Woyak checking with the sidelines, comes back in. Tigers want to stop here. Hurdle and Hoyard both to the near side. Kashevsky standing next to Woyak. Woyak to snap, gives to Kashevsky, gets outside, no place to go though, and he'll get to the sideline but pushed out of bounds by Reigel into the Spash bench after a short gain. Tigers defended the sweep very well that time, and Kashevsky out of bounds at the 32. He'll gain only 3 yards. Sets up a 3rd down play, but 3rd and about 20. Spash has to get to the 13 for a 1st down, so it's 3rd and 20 for Spash at the Tiger 33-yard line. Woyak on the sideline, checking with the Spash coaching staff.
So far, Hoyard as well as King have been the 2 primary targets for the Panthers as far as throwing the football.
Now see what they do here. Hoyard and Metz both to the far side. Metz a pretty big guy, 6'5", 180. Kashevsky in the backfield with Woyak on 3rd and 20. Woyak rolling to the far side, throws it back to the near sideline to Kelly, the fullback. He gets hit at the 30-yard line and dropped. A great defensive play by the Tigers once again. That's Ott on the play.
Oh my gosh. Ott had a blocker that was on him and he sidestepped him. The left tackle was out here and had a one-on-one shot against Ott. I'm kind of excited about that play, and he went right around him and made the open field tackle on a great runner.
Neil Ott on the play.
My goodness.
We've seen some great one-on-one plays by Tiger defenders tonight. It's now 4th and 17 for Spash at the Marshfield 30-yard line. Tigers have to hold here. Metz and Hoyer to the far side. Woyak at quarterback. Kashevsky the tailback on 4th and 17. Now Spash moving people around. Kelly a wing on the far side. And now an offensive lineman stands up. And anyway, Stevens Point wants a timeout. Spash timeout, their first of the second half. 3:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Our score, Marshfield 7, Stevens Point nothing, and back with more football in just a moment.
Quality Roofing, Marshfield, Wisconsin, is proud to include Wausau Athletic Park, Camp Randall, and Lambeau Field in their project lineup. Quality Roofing is equally proud to always support area students. Quality Roofing serves Wisconsin's commercial roofing and sheet metal needs. Contact Quality Roofing on the web at qroof.com or visit them in Marshfield's East Industrial Park.
You're listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer is our producer with Dale Yukaitis. I'm Gene Delisio. 3.5 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Marshfield leads Stevens Point 7-0. Spash has a 4th and 17 at the Tiger 30-yard line.
Well, this is the kind of play where you want to try to keep receivers in front of you and then come up and make a tackle. Let's see if Point tries to go for the whole thing here. Again, another one of those long bombs that they have been unsuccessful on so far.
Metz and Hoyard wide far side. Here's a pitch play, Krzyzewski. He takes off. He's going to throw the ball. Now stops, gets in as he throws towards the goal line, and the ball is knocked away. Incomplete. John Reigel, no, it's Nolan Hurdle. It was a throwback to the passer, a throwback to the quarterback, Woyak, and Hurdle, staying home, stayed with the quarterback, Woyak, down the near sideline, batted that ball loose at the 10-yard line, and the Tigers take over on downs. Boy, the Tigers secondary has made some outstanding plays in this ball game tonight.
Been where they're supposed to be, too. That's a key issue there.
As Krzyzewski got the football, rolled out on a halfback option, threw back to his quarterback, and Hurdle stayed with the quarterback, Woyak, and knocked the ball down to the 10-yard line. Tigers take over on downs at their own 30, leading 7-0 with 3:25 remaining in the third quarter. Tiger offense on the field. Krieger in the pistol. Ryan takes the snap, gives to Byrell. Straight ahead, shites up some tacklers, gets in the secondary. 45 to midfield, near sideline 40, 35 out of bounds right there. Isaiah Byrell straight ahead to the Spash 33-yard line.
Going over right tackle, right guard and tackle. Leonard and Hazley on that play, and for whatever reason, Spash went into that pass defensive look with three guys on the line of scrimmage and their left outside end / linebacker playing off the line. He missed the tackle, and Byrell was off to the races.
37 yards for Byrell, 1st and 10 Tigers at the Spash 33. Double wing once again. Bowman goes in motion. Fake pitch play. Krieger rolls near side, stops, starts to run, gains some yardage to the 30-yard line, dives down to the 27. Once again, Krieger in danger of being sacked, but takes off and gains about 6 yards. Nifty running for Ryan Krieger. 2nd and 4 Tigers at the Spash 27.
Got 33 yards rushing, and that includes a -9 and a -11 on sacks.
Yeah, 2 sacks for the Spash defensive line tonight. 2nd and 4 Tigers at the Spash 27. Double slot once again. Byrell sets down the line, takes the snap. It's Byrell off tackle again, fighting for yardage. Spins away from tacklers, still on his feet near the 20-yard line and stopped there.
What a strong run by Byrell. He probably could have had about a yard gain, or should have had a yard gain. They had him stood up, but he kept his legs moving on the play, and frankly, the Spash players gave up on the play. He ran right through him.
Isaiah gains 7. 1st and 10 Tigers at the Spash 20. 2:25 left, third quarter. Tigers lead 7-0. Double slot once again. Krieger directing traffic. Bowman comes in motion. Pitch play to Brandt, heading to the far sideline. Turns back to the inside and gains nothing. Stop back at the 21. He'll lose about a half yard.
Yeah, those outside plays, you've got to run them occasionally. You keep that defense honest, but it's been real tough going on the sweeps. Bowman, I have him for a -2 yards rushing in 4 carries, and I have Gadel for a -1 in 6 carries, most of those being to the outside.
2nd and 11 Tigers at the Spash 21-yard line. Double slot. Krieger gets set, takes the snap, fades the pass. Lobs near sideline. The ball caught at the 20-yard line by Bowman, but wrapped up right there after a short gain by Trent Hamersky. Bowman stopped around the 19. That pass play only gains about 2. And the Tigers face with 3rd and 9 at the Spash 19-yard line. Clock still moving, 1:20 remaining in the third quarter. We're keeping tabs on our collision of the game, sponsored by Arts Body Shop in Marshfield. If you're involved in a collision, take your vehicle to Arts Body Shop, Broadus Avenue in Marshfield. 3rd and 9 Tigers. Krieger back to pass, being rushed, gets away, spins away to the far sideline, stops, throws towards the end zone, and to Bowman over his head at the back line, incomplete. Brandt was behind the defense, but Krieger's pass out of the end zone incomplete, and Ryan slow getting up, now coming to the sidelines. It's a 4th and 9 for the Tigers at the Spash 19, and looks like Mason Coffrin will come in and attempt a field goal. Mason did kick a 28-yarder against Oshkosh West. This one will be a 38-yard field goal try for Mason Coffrin. Colin Favorite, the holder. 38-yard field goal try.
Bowman having to run for his life again on that last play. Didn't see the weak side blitz coming.
We're set. Ball is down. Coffrin's kick is away. Kick is long enough, and this kick is good. It's a 30-yard field goal, 38-yard field goal by Mason Coffrin, making this a two-score game. Mason Coffrin, a 38-yard field goal. And now with 51 seconds remaining in the third quarter, our score is Marshfield 10, Stevens Point nothing. Back to Stevens Point and more football in just a moment.
The Baltus Company has been a proud part of the Marshfield community for 90 years. Baltus wants to give back to the community and has designated School Pride Pumps at its store on Central Avenue next to Walgreens. Gas up at the Tigers or Columbus Don's Pride Pumps, and the Baltus Company will donate 2 cents per gallon to the Marshfield School District or Columbus Catholic Schools. A great way to help the school systems and the students in the Marshfield area. Gas up today at either the Columbus Don's or Tigers Pride Pump, and you'll be making a difference.
You always get more at Baltus.
Well, now a two-score lead. Marshfield on top by 10, closing seconds of the third quarter as Mason Coffrin kicks off once again. Kashevsky and Hoyard back deep for Stevens Point. Ball will likely go towards Hoyard. Kick on the way, a long line drive, and the ball goes in the end zone for touchback. That's the best way to defend Kashevsky.
Yeah, landed 2 yards deep.
Marshfield Tiger football on WDLB this evening, a service of Ag Country Farm Credit Services, Quality Roofing of Marshfield, and the Baltus Oil Company.
That field goal that was good by Coffrin, by the way, would have been good by a lot more. It was up to the tops of the points of the goalposts and dead center.
Job by Coffrin, his second field goal of the year. Spash football on their own 20. Tigers now lead 10-0, 51 seconds remaining in the third period.
It's got to keep from giving up the big play, the long pass or the long run.
Spash offense trots back on the field. Led out there by quarterback Brady Wyack. The dangerous Colton Kashevsky next to him. And here's the handoff to another man in the backfield coming to the near sideline for virtually nothing. That was not Kashevsky handling the football. That was another man in the backfield. That was Luke Bembenek, the blocking back, who gets 1 yard.
Skylar Tyson on the tackle, but Travis Altman did a good job of fighting to the outside to make that runner run towards the sideline. Nice play at that defensive end spot.
2nd and 9 Spash at their own 21-yard line. 20 seconds left in the period. Wyack sets down the line. Takes the snap, gives to Kashevsky, off tackle. Cuts outside, pulled down from behind by Schwannebeck Osterman at about the 28-yard line. 2 yards shy of the first down, and that play will end the third quarter here at Gerke Field in Stevens Point. Our score after 3 quarters, Marshfield 10, Stevens Point nothing. Back with the fourth quarter in just a moment.
The Hearing House, make your house a hearing house.
Are you looking for relief from ringing in your ears? Signia Hearing Instruments has pioneered a new breakthrough technology for managing tonal tinnitus. It simply involves being fit with hearing instruments programmed for the specific hearing loss and tinnitus pitch. A filter notch placed at the pitch of the tinnitus is provided through the hearing aids. Take action today to manage your tinnitus and lessen the impact on your life. Call the Hearing House, 715-384-4700.
Let's play Complete the Name Game. When I say River Edge, you say... That's right, golf.
But River Edge Golf Course isn't just your fun spot for golf. You should also think of them the next time you need a place to eat on Friday night. The River Edge Friday Night Buffet is simply fabulous. Check out the weekly menu at riveredgegolfcourse.com. They'd also like to host your wedding or next special event. Call banquet manager Jill Holm for available dates. River Edge Golf Course and Banquet, 715-676-3900.
Marshfield Tiger football team looking for a big road win tonight. We head to the fourth quarter. Marshfield leading Stevens Point 10-0. Stevens Point has the ball on their own 29, 3rd and 1. Stevens Point offense back on the field. Tiger defense has done an outstanding job tonight. 3rd and 1 for Stevens Point at their own 29 as play begins here in the fourth quarter.
Got to keep playing with that same intensity now. It's 4 up front players who've been doing a heck of a job for Marshfield tonight.
Justin Stanek, a defensive tackle. Boy, there's a small defensive tackle, 5'11", 195, clogging up the middle. 3rd and 1 Spash at their own 29. Wyack takes the snap, hands off, and short yardage by the second man. That's not Kashevsky. See if that's Bembenik again, or Zakevsky, the blocking back. That's the blocking back, Krzyzewski, out to the 32 for the first down. 1st and 10 Spash at their own 32, early 4th quarter. Marshfield leads Stevens Point 10-0. Brady Wyack at quarterback, wideouts to the near side. And the handoff straight ahead to Kashevsky, hurdling over tacklers and gets pushed back at the 34. John Howlett makes the stop. Kashevsky tried to go airborne, and Howlett met him in midair and dropped him at the 34-yard line for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 Spash at their own 34. Brady Wyack has gone most of the way at quarterback for Spash tonight. Checking with the sidelines, now back out there. Hoyard to the near side. Wyack gets set, takes the snap, and hands off again, straight ahead to the second man. I believe that's Bembenik, out across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Good cutback.
And that'll give Spash a first down after a gain of 13.
Looks like Spash has decided, excuse me here, Gene, Spash has decided they want to try to run the ball much more straight ahead as opposed to sweeps and off tackle.
1st and 10 Spash at their own 47. Marshfield on top 10-0. 10:50 left in regulation time. High snap. Wyack gives to Kashevsky, getting outside, and a nice open field tackle again. Again, Neil Ott with a nice shoestring tackle at the line of scrimmage. Maybe 1 yard for Kashevsky, but that's it.
Great tackling tonight overall by the Tigers, because there have been a number of open field situations where it's sort of a do or die, and 1 or 2 Tigers have been there, and they've made the big play thus far.
Now a 2nd and 9 for Spash at their own 48. Hoyard to the near side. Blocking back Krzyzewski on the near side. And Wyack looks to pass, lobs to Hoyard on the near sideline, and over his head, incomplete. Well covered on that sideline pattern by Tyson and Ott. Incomplete pass. It looks like Spash going with an extra tight end, perhaps, Dale, because they only have 1 wide out and really only 1 man on that pattern.
They're just trying to heave the ball down the field, let them try to run Wyack or Hoyard, or, not Wyack, but Hoyard or King. Try to run under the ball. So far, the Tigers have been right there for pass coverage.
Hoyard wide far side. 3rd and 9 Spash at their own 48. Wyack hands to Kashevsky, straight ahead, breaking some tackles, and powers himself inside the 50. Now pushed back at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that was Altman on the bottom who just grabbed Kashevsky around the ankles or around the thigh pads and just wouldn't give in. Kashevsky lunged forward for some extra yardage, but till help arrived. But nice play there by Altman again. He's been playing a good football game tonight.
Spash now changes quarterbacks, and Brett Ayer comes in the ball game. It's a big play here. 4th and 4 Spash at the Marshfield 47. Ayer now at quarterback. Hoyard wide near side. High snap. Ayer pulls it in. He quick kicks it up the near sideline. And Tyson drops the ball. It's on the floor inside the 25-yard line. The Tigers, though, get it back. Tyson tried to catch that quick kick. He dropped it, but Ott fell on it at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, 4th down play, but the quarterback in there just took the snap, stepped back 1 yard, and kicked the football on 4th down. And 2 Tigers near the ball tried to recover that thing as it was bouncing around. I think kind of surprised by the whole play and almost lost the ball.
Well, Marshfield has the ball at their own 24-yard line. 9:22 remaining in regulation time, and Marshfield leading Stevens Point 10-0.
I don't understand why you would try to resort to that kind of trickery on a 4th down play when Marshfield really hasn't returned a ball for much all night tonight.
Now the Tiger offense back on the field. Ryan Krieger shaking up a bit on that last offensive play a few moments ago, but now he's back in there at quarterback. Tight formation here. In motion, low snap, inside handoff to Bowman, has a seam across the 30 to the 40-yard line and out near the 45-yard line of Marshfield.
What a nice cut. Rather than going off tackle, he cut that play back behind left guard Ethan Arndt in the Rachel Arndt and Barry territory. Beautiful cut inside. Sometimes I look at Bowman and Gadel and I maybe can criticize the way they follow or don't follow blockers, but really nice jump cut there for how many yards, Gene?
21 yards on that play by Bowman. 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 45-yard line. Bowman and Meverton far side. Gadel and Fravert on the near side. Krieger in the pistol once again. 3 down linemen for Spash with a linebacker on the end. Gadel goes in motion. And Krieger runs the quarterback draw, breaking some tackles, but stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that carry for Krieger. 2nd and 10 Tigers at their own 45. Now the clock becomes a factor. 8:35 remaining in regulation time. And Tigers have a 2-score lead. 2nd and about 10.5 for the Tigers. Just shy of their own 45-yard line. Meverton to the far side. Gadel and Fravert near side. Bowman wing on the far side. Byrell, the fullbacks, had a couple of nice runs tonight. Krieger in the pistol once again. Takes the snap. And it's going to be Krieger straight ahead. Breaks a tackle across the 50 to the 46-yard line of Stevens Point. Ryan within 1 yard of the first down on that quarterback draw.
Well, that read option type play where they faked to Byrell in the backfield. That time faked over right guard and tackle. And Krieger pulling the ball out and then going the opposite direction. And they've run that play several times tonight pretty effectively.
And that's a gain of 9, leaves Marshfield with a 3rd and less than 1 at the Spash 46. Tigers want to convert right here and run some more clock here. Meverton to the far side, 2 receivers near side. Byrell in the backfield with Krieger on 3rd and less than 1. Krieger sets himself. Bowman comes in motion, low snap, ball's on the ground. There's a big pile up and Spash may have it. Low snap and Spash recovers the fumble.
Yeah, hit Krieger in the ankles.
Now that's the last thing that Marshfield needed. Spash gets the ball back at their own 47-yard line. Stevens Point football on their own 47. First turnover by either team tonight. We have 7:18 left in regulation time, and Marshfield still leads Stevens Point 10-0. But now Spash in good field position, 1st and 10 at their own 48. Marshfield defense called upon again to make some big plays. First turnover by either ball club in this contest. Brady Wyack at quarterback. He'll send King wide to the far side. Hoyard near side. Kashevsky in the backfield next to Wyack. 1st and 10 from the 48. Hoyard goes in motion. Wyack takes the snap. Back to pass, being blitzed now, spins away, gets hit, and taken down near the 50-yard line. Runs forward for about 2. Finally, Schwannebeck Osterman and Altman grab him at the 50. Wyack does gain 2 on the play, so it's not a sack. But the Tiger defense crushing in there on Wyack. 2nd and 8 for Spash at the 50-yard line.
Good coverage in the secondary. 3 deep patterns being run by Spash on the play and took too long.
Wideouts on either side on 2nd and 8 from the 50-yard line. Wyack. Well, handoff to Kashevsky on the sweep. Gets outside far sideline and cut down inside the 45. He couldn't get outside, couldn't turn that corner. And finally, Hurdle brings him down at the 44-yard line. Kashevsky gains 6. There's a Tiger man down behind the play. Bentley Schwannebeck Osterman is down on the play. Gain of 6 to the 44-yard line. Sets up 3rd and about 3 for Stevens Point. Paige Albrecht out there to attend to Bentley Schwannebeck Osterman, who's down on the ground at the 50-yard line. Let's remind you once again, the Gross Motors car of the game, a new 2017 Buick Envision Essence all-wheel drive. This 4-cylinder Envision gets 28 miles per gallon on the highway, 21 miles per gallon in the city, equipped with a premium audio system, power driver seat, and heated leather driver and front passenger seats. You can save more than $5,000 on this new Buick Envision right now. Check it out at grossauto.com or on the lot tomorrow at Gross Buick, North Central Avenue in Marshfield. Bentley Schwanenbeck Osterman is up, walking off the field under his own power. Spash football at the Marshfield 43. Third and about 2 for Stevens Point. Clock down to 6:33 remaining. Spash needs 2 scores. They trail by 10. Tiger defense has been superb tonight. Hoyer to the near side. King wide on the far side. 3rd and 2 from the 43-yard line. Wyack in the pistol. Hoyer goes in motion. Handoff Kashevsky coming near side. The play being strung out. He gets hit by Reigel and spun down near the line of scrimmage. John Reigel comes up, makes the play. They'll mark him down around the 43, maybe the 42, close to the first down.
Boy, very close on the spot. I think, well.
But John Reigel making another one-on-one play for the Tigers from that secondary spot. They may have the chains come out from across the field. Ball is still on the near sideline. The chains on the far sideline. Spash breaks the huddle, expecting to find the football there, and there's nothing there. They have to back away as the chains come across the field. By the way, a halftime score from Spencer on that big game between Spencer Columbus and Colby. At halftime, Spencer Columbus 50, Colby 6. Chains being stretched. And Spash apparently is short by about a foot. They are short. So it's 4th and less than 1 for Spash at the Tiger 42-yard line. Marshfield leads 10-0, 6:17 left in regulation time. Trent Hamersky back in the ball game to play in the backfield.
Yeah, as they put that ball down now, Gene, it looks like it's about 2 links in the chain.
Yeah, not too
from
much.
That first down marker. Kind of hard for us to see along this near sidelines with the Spash bench blocking us on that measurement.
Hamersky and Kashevsky in the backfield. Wyack in the pistol on 4th and inches for Spash at the Tiger 42-yard line. Chains now being reset. And we're set to put the ball in play.
Watch Johnsrud on a blitz. Here he comes.
Wyack in the pistol. Takes the snap. Hands off to Kashevsky. And he gets foot to the 42-yard line. Let's see where they mark it here. He got inside the 42, I believe. And that's all he needed for the first down. Only gained about a half yard, but that's all he needed.
Swarming tackling there again by Howlett. And by Stanek. And several others on the play.
It is a first down for Stevens Point, just inside the Marshfield 42, 6:10 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield leads Stevens Point 10-0.
Kashevsky with 160 yards now, but he's had to carry it 26 times to do it. 2 big 30-yard gains, a part of that total.
Hoyer wide to the far side. Hamersky and Kashevsky in the backfield. Wyack takes the snap. And it's Hamersky off tackle inside the 35 to the 33. Gains about 9 on that play. Trent Hamersky, a sophomore, 5'11", 180. Has rushed for 13 yards coming into this ball game.
Good burst.
Yeah. Looks like a quick ball player. Has played a lot of defense in the secondary. 2nd and 2 for Spash, just inside the Marshfield 34.
2nd and 2.
Clock down to 5:30 remaining. Hoyer on the near side. Wyack in the pistol, takes the snap, and hands off to Hamersky again. He falls forward to the 32, gains about 1, but it looks like he'll be short of the first down. They're going to mark him back at the 32.5.
Comes off the field limping badly.
So 3rd down for Stevens Point, 3rd and 1, just inside the Marshfield 33.
Looks like Hamersky might have a cramp. He's trying to stretch out that right foot.
Wyack checking with the sidelines, back in the huddle. Clock moving, 4:50 left. Hoyer far side. Kashevsky standing next to Wyack on 3rd and 1. And it's Kashevsky on the sweep. Turning that far corner to the 30, up the far sideline, the 20-yard line. Nice open field tackle by Hurdle along the sideline near the 15. He fell forward to the 13. 19 yards for Kashevsky. And a first down for Stevens Point at the Tiger 13-yard line. So Stevens Point now has the ball inside the rail red zone. Check out rail.jobs and experience the power of red with Rail Transport. 1st and 10 Spash at the Tiger 13. Here's a handoff near side. Kashevsky on the sweep at the 10-yard line to the 5-yard line and in the end zone for the touchdown. 8-play, 52-yard scoring drive. Started on the fumble recovery, and Stevens Point on the scoreboard, trailing 10-6. Kashevsky goes the final 13 yards for his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Tiger lead down to 4 with 4:18 to play.
Big extra point here. Block this, keep it at that 4-point spread.
Keandre Porter on the PAT try. High snap, all down. Kick is on the way. The kick is up, and it is good. So it's a 3-point ball game. 4:18 remaining in regulation time. Our score is Marshfield 10, Stevens Point 7. Back to Gerke Field and more football in just a moment.
Your time is important, so let Marshfield Book and Stationery help you plan your time for 2018. They just received their final shipment of 2018 appointment books, daily, weekly, and monthly calendars in several sizes. There's also a nice selection of desk pad calendars, monthly wall calendars, both bases and refills. Their selection will never be better, so stop in today and be prepared for 2018. Marshfield Book and Stationery is open for your convenience from Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. at M111 West McMillan Street.
Well, it's crunch time now. Tigers lead by 3, 4:18 remaining in regulation time. Stevens Point scoreboard says they have 3 timeouts left. We have them for 2. But the Tigers need a drive here. Keep the ball away to Stevens Point for the final 4:18 of this ball game. Bowman and Ott back in deep safety for Marshfield at their 15-yard line.
Need a big return here. Marshfield has been known for it, not so much this year.
Here's the kick, line drive, far side, grabbed to the 30-yard line by Tyson, far sideline to the 40 and out of bounds there.
Good field position anyway.
Marshfield football at their own 40-yard line. 4:13 left in regulation time. Tigers lead Stevens Point 10-7.
Short line drive kick by Spash. You know, most of the teams that Marshfield has played on a regular basis know they're so dangerous on special teams that they try to kick the ball short, but that gives Marshfield pretty good field position to start this drive.
Ball marked back at the 38, 1st and 10 Tigers from that spot. Double slot here, Ryan Krieger at quarterback. Tigers need a few first downs here. Krieger takes the snap, he gives to Byro straight ahead in the line, not much there. Stop for virtually no gain, maybe 1 yard. 1 yard on the carry for Byro. 2nd and 9 Tigers at their own 39-yard line. Now with 3:55 left in regulation time. A couple of first downs would be quite helpful right here. Krieger checking on the sidelines.
Don't be surprised to see Krieger carry the ball on that fake dive play and then the quarterback keeping it off tackle.
Double slot here on 2nd and 9 from the 39. Krieger from the pistol formation. Bowman comes in motion. And Krieger keeps it himself on the fake. It's out to the 44-yard line. Krieger runs for 5 on that play. Sets up a 3rd and 4 for the Tigers at their own 44-yard line. Big play right here. Tigers want to keep possession. Clock winding down. 3:05 left in regulation time. Tigers lead by 3.
Pass rush has been horrendous tonight. Tigers have had good results because Krieger has been able to scramble and come up with big plays. He needs one here.
3rd and 3 Tigers at their own 44. Krieger, inside handoff to Bowman, has a seam to the 50, 45, 40, in the secondary to the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and in the end zone for the touchdown.
Woo! Outran a couple defenders. It was a defender that tried to tackle him by the jersey, had a hold of his jersey at about the 12-yard line, and Bowman shook free, and Too early to call that the dagger or the big one, but boy, a huge play when the Tigers needed it.
56 yards for Brant Bowman. His third rushing touchdown of the year. 3-play, 62-yard scoring drive, and the Tigers lead 16-7.
On the inside counter play, going over Arndt and Racher on that left side.
Mason Coffin on the PAT try. Favorite the holder. Ball is down. Kick on the way. Kick is up, and it is good. So a big score by the Marshfield Tigers. 2:40 remaining in regulation time, and our score, Marshfield 17, Stevens Point 7. We'll come back to Stevens Point and more football in just a moment.
When I say Wisconsin, what comes to mind?
Oh, immediately cheese. It's our calling card to the rest of the world.
All these wonderful cheeses go on our Wisconsin Big Cheese Pub Burger. We've got American, cheddar, and Havarti.
This is a showstopper cheese.
Our sweet bun with a roasted garlic mayo.
This eats so well all the way through. You got that great crisp and the sear of the beef. The melt in these cheeses couldn't be better. With that Havarti coming through, this is a really terrific burger.
Culver's on Central and Upham in Marshfield.
Welcome to Delicious.
You're listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB-WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer, our producer. With Dale Yukaitis, I'm Gene Delisio at Gerke Field in Stevens Point. Mason Coffin kicking off. Hoyard and Kashevsky back deep. Kick away, a long end-over-end kick. And Kashevsky on the 7. Near sideline to the 20-yard line. Runs into his own man, falls forward to the 27. Covered there by Nolan Hurdle. 2.5 to play. Marshfield back up by 10. Tiger defense has been outstanding tonight. Now they need to hold on for a couple of more minutes and preserve a big win tonight. Marshfield has lost 3 in a row to Stevens Point.
Well, Stevens Point has had to get up emotionally for quite a few big teams in a row. And tonight playing very flat, but this one's still not over. Don't pack up the bats yet, boys.
Wyack in the pistol, Kashevsky behind him. King and Hoyard the wideouts on first down. Kashevsky straight ahead, gets ankle tackled again by, it looks like, Neil Ott at the 33-yard line, gain 6.
Boy, the Tigers have really done a nice job of getting around the knees and ankles of Kashevsky and have made some great open field tackles. Again, one man to beat there.
2nd and 5 Spash at their own 33. Clock is moving, 2:05 left. Metz near side, Hoyard far side on 2nd and 5. Wyack in the pistol, Kashevsky next to him. Wyack takes the snap, back to pass, rolling to the near sideline, throws on the run, incomplete. Near the sideline, about the 43, trying to go to his tight end, Andrew Erdman. A low throw, and Erdman, who was 6'4", could not get down to grab it. First time the ball has gone Erdman's way tonight. He has 4 catches this year, but couldn't reach that one. 3rd and 5 Spash at their own 33 with 1:53 left. Wyack checking with the sidelines. Comes back to the huddle. With Spash down by 10, you'd presume anything is 4 down territory. Metz on the far side, Hoyard near side. Wyack in the pistol, takes the snap, drops back to pass, rolling near sideline, stops, gets hit, and taken out of bounds around the 27-yard line.
Altman.
Escorted out of bounds by Travis Altman, and that'll be a quarterback sack. Out of bounds back at the, we'll mark him up at the 30-31. It's a loss of 2. Travis Altman with the Tigers' 2nd sack of the night, as Steins had one earlier. But now 4th and 6 for Spash at their own 31 with 1:47 left. They must convert right here. Wyack in the pistol, takes the snap, hands off to Bembenek, getting outside, has a seam to the 35, 40, up the far sideline to midfield, cuts back to the 40, 30-yard line to the 25, and cut down right there by Nolan Hurdle at the Marshfield 25-yard line. How about that? On 4th and 6, Bembenek with a big carry. Runs for 44 yards. And a first down for Spash at the Tiger 25. 1:37 left in regulation time, and Marshfield leading 17-7. So as Dale says, this one's not over yet.
Hurdle has made some great tackles tonight, though, for the Tigers.
Woyak in the pistol tight formation. Low snap. He'll hand the ball to Krzyzewski to the near sideline. Gets caught up in traffic and taken down to about the 22. Nice open field tackle again by John Reigel. John Root helping out as well.
Stayed in bounds, too.
Yep. Gain 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 Spash at the Marshfield 22. Clock moving, 1:05 left in regulation time.
By my count, I've got Krzyzewski now for 200 yards rushing, but he's had 3 pretty good-sized runs in that grouping.
Final minute of play. Spash in no hurry on 2nd and 7. And Ayer, the quarterback, throws far sideline, a low throw. And we'll see if they rule that a catch by Krzyzewski.
Well, that ball bounced.
Well, they're going to rule it a catch at the 16-yard line, a gain of 6. It's 3rd and 1 Spash at the field 16, but the clock now at 39 seconds and stopped, and they say roll the clock. Clock still moves, 35 seconds left, and Spash down by 10, and they appear to be in no hurry. Ayer at quarterback. Takes the snap and hands off. Krzyzewski stood up inside the 15, falls forward to about the 12.
Almost broke loose.
That will give Spash a first down, but now just 21 seconds left to mark him down at the 13, a gain of 3. 1st and 10 Spash at the Tiger 13, 21 seconds left, and Spash trailing by 10, and now Spash decides to call a timeout. Stevens Point's second timeout. 18 seconds remaining in regulation time. Marshfield on top 17-7 on 92.3 FM WOSQ on Sunday. An NFL doubleheader. Minnesota and Pittsburgh, followed by San Francisco and Seattle. Coverage begins Sunday at 11 a.m. on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ. Marshfield Tigers looking for an upset win tonight over this Stevens Point Ball Club. Stevens Point just 1-3, but they've played some good teams tough. Losing to powerful Kimberly by 10, losing to another strong team, Appleton North, last week by 7. But Marshfield in position to pull off a big win tonight, up by 10 with 21 seconds remaining. Spash football on the Marshfield 13, 1st and 10. Scoreboard shows that Spash has 2 timeouts left. We have them for 1 left, but that may not matter too much. Spash back on the field, 1st and 10 from the Tiger 13. Brett Ayer, the throwing quarterback, is in the ball game. Metz and Hoyer wide to the near side with Krzyzewski. Ayer takes the snap, rolls to the near sideline, stops, being pursued, now throws towards the goal line. The ball's tipped away, incomplete. Looking for Hoyer near the back line, but a Tiger player cut in front. I believe that may have been Reigel. By the way, Bentley Schwannebeck-Osterman, who slowly went off the field earlier tonight, was back in defensively on that play. 2nd and 10 Spash at the Tiger 13 with 15 seconds remaining. Ayer back on the field. Spash needs 10 to tie in 15 seconds. Metz and Hoyer and Krzyzewski all to the near side.
Need a sack.
Ayer takes the snap, rolling to the near sideline, stops, lobs the ball up the near sideline, over Hoyard's head, incomplete. Well covered by Nolan Hurdle on the near sideline, incomplete pass. 3rd and 10 Spash at the Tiger 13 with 11 seconds to play. Spash's only hope, get a quick score, onside kick, and then 1 play to the end zone if they recover the onside kick. Ayer stays in the ball game. He threw for 64 yards against Kimberly a couple of weeks ago. 3rd and 10 Spash at the Tiger 13. Clock down to 11 seconds remaining. Metz and Hoyer near side, now joined by Krzyzewski. Ayer takes the snap, again rolls towards the near sideline, stops and throws to the near sideline. The ball caught, and Hoyer out of bounds at the 4. That play gains 9 yards. It's a 4th and 1, I believe, depending upon the spot. We're going to put the football. It looks like on the 4, so that would be 5th and 1 for Spash at the Tiger 4 with 6 seconds remaining. Air comes back in. He'll send Metz and Hoyer to the far side with Kashevsky. 4th and 1 Spash at the Tiger 4. Air takes the snap, rolling to the far sideline. He stops, throws on the run, and the ball is caught in the end zone for the touchdown. It's Hoyer on the catch for the touchdown. 11-play, 73-yard scoring drive. And Stevens Point back to within 4. But only 2 seconds remaining in regulation time. Air on the touchdown pass, his first of the year. Keandre Porter will attempt to kick the PAT. Ball is down, kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Porter's PAT kick is good. And so Stevens Point back to within 3. Marshfield leads Stevens Point 17-14 with 2 seconds remaining in regulation time. So we expect to see an onside kick here. Although even if Stevens Point recovers, that does not give them much time to run a play. So we'll see what the strategy is. By the way, Marshfield Tiger volleyball team competing tomorrow in round 1 of the Wisconsin Valley Conference tournament at Wisconsin Rapids, starting at 9 a.m. Other volleyball tomorrow, Edgar is at the Fall River Invitational, Athens and Marathon at the UW Oshkosh tournament, Abbotsford at the Clintonville tournament, and Thorpe is at the Eau Claire North tournament. Also, round 1 of the Great Northern tournament, Mosinee facing Antigo and Tomahawk in action tomorrow at Mosinee.
Well, if you are Spash, you're hoping here that their kicker gets one of those kicks that bounds up in the air, and that one of their coverage guys going down the field can catch it in the air and run it the distance.
I think, Dale, that was outlawed. I think it's one of the rule changes this year.
In high school?
Yeah, I think they outlawed that kick because they thought that was too dangerous. So we may not see that.
Okay.
2 seconds left in regulation time. Tigers have 5 men at the 50-yard line. As Stevens Point kicks off. Damian Bouchette kicking off. And he slices one up the far sideline, rolling around inside the 30-yard line and covered by Thyssen at the 26. He popped that over that wall to the 26-yard line. Thyssen runs it down, and the Tigers have the football on their own 26-yard line. With 2 seconds remaining, the Tigers just make one snap, and they come away with a big win over Stevens Point. Man, what a win this will be for the Tiger football team, going to 3-2 overall, 2-2. And so 2-2 in the conference, and certainly a playoff berth, a possibility for the Marshfield Tigers this year after beating this Spash Ball club tonight. Tigers in a defensive snap position here. Krieger in the pistol takes the snap, takes a knee. The clock winds down, and Marshfield with a big win at Stevens Point tonight. The Tigers upend Stevens Point in VFA football this evening. Marshfield Tiger football tonight on WDLB, a service of Filker Brothers Corporation of Marshfield, manufacturers of stainless steel products, and they support all youth sports and activities. Participation in high school sports builds character and teamwork. And Filker Brothers of Marshfield supports the youth of Central Wisconsin. Our final score tonight, the Marshfield Tigers 17, Stevens Point 14. We'll come back with a full recap on our postgame report in just a moment.
Paget Equipment Company, a division of JBL International, specializing in stainless steel fabrication worldwide, and a proud backer of Marshfield area youth programs and activities. The folks at Paget Equipment support healthy competition. It helps prepare youth for life, teaching them important concepts like teamwork and fair play. Important in athletics, important in business, important in life. Paget Equipment, a strong backer of the youth of Marshfield, urging you to get involved with school-related activities.
In these days of fast-paced lives and fast-talking salespeople, it's nice to know you can still count on your local Dish-authorized retailer, Selk Electronics, with folks right here in your neighborhood to tell you the honest truth. Dish simply costs less for the very same channels for your home or your business. Dish and Selk Electronics have it at a reasonable price with old-fashioned service. Believe it. Call Selk Electronics at 715-683-2558 today and experience an expert who's happy to answer all your questions, whatever they may be. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Rail transport has grown every year since 1962. A leader in environmental initiatives, human resource practices, one of the safest providers of truckload services in the United States. At Rail, people are the power of red. We focus on delivering customer satisfaction, providing flawless transportation service, and maintaining excellent safety standards. If you'd like to be the power of red, call Rail Transport 715-591-3795, an equal opportunity affirmative action employer.
Well, lots of happy Marshfield fans leaving Gerke Field tonight. The Tigers with a very, very big win this evening, knocking off Stevens Point 17-14. Marshfield's first win over Stevens Point in 4 years. And the Tigers above 500 now, 3-2 overall and 2-2 in the VFA West Division. Let's take a look at the scoring in this ball game. Our scoring recap, a service of Ag Country Farm Credit Services, supporting agriculture and rural communities throughout central Wisconsin. Things were pretty tight in the first half of this ball game. We did not have any scoring until the final play of the second quarter. Marshfield had gradually turned around field position, had the ball deep in Stevens Point territory late in the second quarter, got the ball down to the 17-yard line when a pass interception ended that drive, and a key play in this ball game occurred for Stevens Point late in the second quarter. They took over after that pass interception on their own 20-yard line, ran 2 plays out to the 29. It was 3rd and 1, and there was a bad snap, and Stevens Point recovered the bad snap back at their own 26. So rather than make the first down on 3rd and 1, they were forced to punt on 4th and 4 and gave the ball to Marshfield in good field position at the Tiger 43-yard line. Tigers made some big pass plays on that drive, a 13-yarder to Byrell, a 12-yarder to Meverden, and then a real big play, a diving catch by Isaac Meverden for 23 yards at the Stevens Point 1-yard line with only seconds remaining in the second quarter. So there's some question here. What do the Tigers do? Go for the field goal or go for the touchdown? And Coach Denny Gadel said, let's go for 6. And so on a second down play, 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line with 5 seconds left in the second quarter, Ryan Krieger scored on a 1-yard touchdown run to give Marshfield a 6-0 lead. Mason Coffrin kicked the PAT. Tigers led 7-0 at the end of the second quarter. Marshfield then got back in the third quarter on their Stevens Point on downs. A passing completion gave the ball to Marshfield at their own 30-yard line, and there were some big plays here. A 37-yard run by Isaiah Byrell on that possession immediately turned around field position. The Tigers got the ball down to the Stevens Point 19, and on 4th down, Mason Coffrin kicked a 38-yard field goal to give Marshfield a 10-0 lead with 51 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Stevens Point got the ball back, drove to the Marshfield 47, but elected for a quick kick on a 4th down play. That gave the ball back to Marshfield, and the Tigers actually got the ball out to near midfield thanks to a 21-yard run by Brant Bowman, but on a 3rd and short situation, a bad snap resulted in a fumble recovered by Stevens Point on their own 48-yard line. Spash came down the field and scored an 8-play, 52-yard drive capped by a 13-yard touchdown run by Colton Kashevsky. Keandre Porter kicked the PAT, and Marshfield's lead was down to 10-7 with 4:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. Tigers got the ball back, needing to run some clock time, but they did more than that. They got the ball back on the kickoff at their own 38, ran 2 plays, and then on their third play, a 3rd and 4 from their own 44-yard line, Brandon Bowman ran 56 yards for a touchdown, giving Marshfield a 16-7 lead. Coffin again kicked the PAT. Marshfield led 17-7 with 2:40 remaining in regulation time. Stevens Point got the football back, but now it's late in the second half, and Stevens Point got the ball back at their own 27 and did drive the field thanks to a 44-yard run by Luke Bembenek, which gave Stevens Point the football in scoring range. Point did score on a 4-yard touchdown pass from Brett here to Dane Hoyard to cap an 11-play, 73-yard scoring drive, but that score came with only 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Porter kicked the PAT to make it 17-14, and then Stevens Point tried to bloop an onside kick, recovered by Marshfield. The Tigers took a knee on the final play, and Marshfield holds on to win this ball game 17-14. Once again, our scoring play recap tonight, a service of Ag Country Farm Credit Services, supporting agriculture and rural communities throughout central Wisconsin. And we'll come back with the final stats in this ball game from Dale Yukaitis following these messages.
An excellent team is built from the ground up. It starts with a solid foundation, support among its members, and the development of a winning tradition. If you're planning to build or remodel, think of the tradition offered at Trudeau Construction of Marshfield. They handle everything from new homes to additions, remodeling projects, kitchens and baths, cabinets, wood floors, decks, and gazebos. Have a project in mind? Plan it from the ground up by dialing 387-2239 for Trudeau Construction, Marshfield.
Ag Country Farm Credit Services has been serving agriculture and rural communities for nearly 100 years. They offer a wide array of financial products, such as loans and leases for farm operations and real estate financing, rural home loans, crop insurance, tax preparation, and much more. Contact your Marshfield Ag Country Farm Credit Services office in front of the mall on Central Avenue today. Equal opportunity lender and provider.
Are you tired of pressing buttons only to talk to a machine? Then it's time to switch to a local insurance agency. Someone you know and trust to be there for you and your family. S&S Insurance at 207 West Upham Street in Marshfield has been serving the area since 1985. S&S Insurance Services can tailor any auto, home, life, business, or farm policy to fit your life. Call S&S Insurance for a free quote today at 715-387-3477 or stop by and visit one of their experienced agents at 207 West Upham Street in Marshfield.
The next time you need a plumber, call Shriners Plumbing and Heating of Marshfield. Shriners Plumbing has licensed plumbers, and they've been offering fast, dependable service to the Marshfield area for nearly 100 years. They do it all, from pump service and installation to water heaters, water softeners, sewer and drain cleaning. They have kitchen and bath fixtures too. Come see their showroom to give your home a bold new look with Kohler. When you need a plumber, don't settle for anything less. Call the best. Shriners Plumbing and Heating, 106 East 4th Street in Marshfield. If you're one of the lucky ones, you've never had an auto accident. But if and when you do, you get flustered and exasperated dealing with the insurance company and getting estimates, not to mention trying to figure out how you're going to get around without your vehicle. Well, they can't make that process fun, but they can make it a lot easier at Art's Body Shop. Free estimates, free courtesy car, all worry-free. Pick up or drop off your rental from Penske Truck, too, at Art's Body Shop, South Central Avenue in Marshfield, just north of Wildwood Park.
Well, lots of happy Marshfield Tiger fans here tonight. The Tigers come to Stevens Point, pull off a big win as they knock off Stevens Point by a final score of 17-14. Now let's take a look at the final stats in this ball game, a service of the people for whom numbers matter the most. Edward Jones Investments of Marshfield. See Randy Gershman or Brian Kaiser for their sound investment advice. Dale, how about the numbers on this one tonight?
I have Spash for 295 yards, Gene, 205 on the ground. There was a number of sacks in the ball game. Wyack, the quarterback, ended up with minus 18 yards. The bottom line here is what all is total with the pluses and minuses, 205 yards, and that's exactly what Colton Kashevsky had tonight for yardage in 31 attempts. Sorry about that. A little sneeze there in the middle. 72 yards passing for Spash. 3 different people threw the ball. Once for Kashevsky. Air threw the ball for 13 yards. He was 2 of 6. Wyack was 5 of 11 for 45 yards. They only had 72 yards passing the football tonight, and that was a huge factor in this ball game as the Tigers really played good pass defense tonight. We've seen some games earlier in the year where that was a struggle for the Tigers, but they were up to the challenge tonight. The Tigers, 254 yards of offense, 154 yards rushing in 30 attempts. Leading ground gainers, Ryan Krieger, 13 carries, 46 yards. Brant Bowman, due to his 56-yard breakaway touchdown run, had 65 yards in 6 carries. Isaac Byrell also chips in with 44 yards tonight due to that 37-yard run, and he had 5 carries for the Tigers. Several receivers with nice numbers. Isaac Meverden with one of the biggest, if not the biggest, play of the game. Just before the end of the first half, Gadel had 18 yards tonight in 2 catches. Byrell with 1 catch for 10. 100 yards passing for the Tigers on 8 of 19 with 1 interception. 254 yards all told tonight. But I was really impressed by the Tiger defense. It just looked, Gene, I think you'll have to agree to this. I don't want to put words in your mouth here, but boy, the Tigers looked, both teams looked pretty weak offensively in the first half. The Tigers had more black shirts in the Tiger offensive backfield than they could possibly block tonight. Ryan Krieger had one heck of a game in that he made some plays out of nothing when he had to scramble when he was being chased. Most notably, that nice 23-yard dart that he threw to Meverden for the big touchdown tonight. I'll tell you, another guy that's going to go as a real unsung hero, but a guy that I have to point out who made a number of big defensive plays on some of those long runs by Krzyzewski down the sideline, also a big pass breakup down near the goal line, and that tonight was Nolan Hurdle, who really made some nice plays in the open field when it looked like Krzyzewski was going to go for everything, but he forced Krzyzewski to the sidelines and then made some nice tackles. Gene, we talked, I don't know how many times tonight, about the great tackling overall by the Tigers.
And you mentioned Hurdle, certainly well-deserved, but John Reigel with a key pass block near the goal line, some nice open field tackles. Neil Ott with some nice plays in the open field. And, Krzyzewski's the kind of guy who can run over you and run a long way and, get up ahead of steam and go. And Marshfield defensive backs who are outsized by Krzyzewski took him on tonight and a number of times made nice open field one-on-one tackles.
They really did. On his longer runs, it was due to some blocking where he was able to get around the corner for the most part with a head of steam, and that's a tough challenge with that 6'2", 192-yard sprinter coming down the sidelines at you. But I was really impressed by the way the Tigers played defensively tonight. Spash, I don't know. Didn't see them earlier in the season. Tonight they looked very flat. A number of bad snaps in the ball game tonight. Passes that were underthrown, although I don't think passing the ball is their forte. Certainly it didn't look like it tonight. Just didn't look very inspired playing this football game tonight, but maybe that's because the Tigers were.
You know what this reminds me of, Dale, and to a certain extent, maybe not completely, but to a certain extent, the game a couple of years ago when Marshfield put off that huge upset and beat Fond du Lac in Marshfield.
Oh, yeah.
When Fond du Lac came in here with that Marotic kid who was running for 200 yards every night, and the second half of that ball game, Marshfield just sold out and made a great effort to stop Marotic, saying, nobody else on your team can beat us. Nobody else, your quarterback, your other backs, are not good enough to beat us. We're just going to stop this guy and take our chance with everybody else. And that's almost what this was like tonight. Let's just stop Krzyzewski because nobody else on this team can really beat anybody.
That's true. There wasn't anybody else that looked impressive offensively. And again, that's one game. That's tonight, and that's what I have in my lens tonight as far as the view that we had. But Tigers did that. The difference in that Fond du Lac game was Fond du Lac already had playoffs and a lot of things pretty well sewn up in that ball game and did not play real inspired ball. But Tigers rose to the challenge in that one and were able to come out with a big win in that Fond du Lac game as well.
A big win tonight for the Marshfield Tigers. You're listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer is our producer tonight. I'm Gene Delisio along with Dale Eucaitis at Gerke Field and Stevens Point. Marshfield, a big winner tonight over Stevens Point 17-14. We'll come back with more of our postgame report from Gerke Field in just a moment.
I bet I know what you're not thinking about right now. Safety issues when it comes to and electricity. Thank goodness Marshfield Utilities has done some thinking for you. Of course, it's up to you to follow through with smart thinking about things like to prevent scalding water, heaters should be set no higher than 120 degrees. Always dry your hands before using a switch, plug, or electrical outlet. Stay away from fenced-in